Good morning. Welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. Thanks for tuning in. Please check out the website, femyoga.com. This channel is 100% funded by viewers just like you guys. So thank you so much, as always, for making this show possible. Hola, Maria. Primero comments de el broadcast. Good morning, sunshine. Hi, Queen Frank. How are you feeling? I know you didn't get much sleep. Was that last night? What day is it? Was that yesterday? Hola, Marinina. Marinina and Maria. Okay, so we have Marinina over on Twitch, first comment to the broadcast, and then Maria over on Periscope, first comment to the broadcast. I like it. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to be working on a book that I just finished last night called Traction by Gino Wickman. The title's in the broadcast title. Sorry, the title of the book is in the broadcast title. And it's called Traction, Get a Grip on Your Business by Gino Wickman. Let me just move this nice and close for you if you want a screenshot. Oh, you're the same person? Did I know that? I don't think I did know that. You are Maria. Yes. And you are Marinina as well? Oh, good. You felt like a brand new person when you woke up? You got so much sleep. Oh, that makes me so happy. Thanks for inviting your followers, Maria. Gracias. So I finished this last night. This was a book that I got on my Amazon wish list from Miss Ziggy. Thank you so much. It was recommended to me by my friend Ed, who does the Friday broadcast split screen with me, South Jersey broker. You'll see him. He's actually our #1 sponsor from the last 30 days. Shout out to Ed. Everyone say, thank you, Ed, for making this show possible. 2 Periscope's names. Okay, so you're on 2 platforms too. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm hot already. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Thanks for sharing this on Twitter, Miss Alexis. And I want to show you guys what I learned from this book. So this, if you're a brand new entrepreneur or if you've been running your own business for a while, this is a good book for you. If you're working for someone else's business, this is a book more you would discuss with management if you're interested in management, if you're in more of a leadership supervisory role and you have a pretty close connection to the top of the business. Hey, Ryan, thanks for inviting your followers. Maria on your other account. Because it takes you step by step through establishing your core values, where you want to be in 10 years, and down to the nitty-gritty, all the way down to a 90-day plan, which they call the rocks. So what I want to do is pretty much show you what I was able to pull about my business, Fem Yoga. So in the process, I'll be teaching you about this particular business, Fem Yoga, in this channel and this community, but I'll also be teaching you about how you can apply this to your business. And I learned a lot of this from this book. A lot of it's pretty basic, foundational things that you may already know, but it's always good to reconnect and really build that solid, strong core foundation so that you can continue to grow. So if you're hitting a ceiling, you're wondering why you're not breaking through, maybe it could be something that was discussed in this book. Hey, Zen. So they talk about 3 types of ceilings that you're going to crash through as an entrepreneur, that you're going to encounter. You may or may not crash through them if you don't figure out how to. So the 3 ways are: 1, as an organization, your actual business. So for me, maybe my channel would hit some type of ceiling as to how much content we were able to put out in a day, and we're trying to get more and we just can't get past a certain threshold, let's say. I haven't actually had that happen yet, but that's what we're focused on right now, is hitting that ceiling. How many content creators, how many new shows can we add to the channel before we hit some type of ceiling, maximum, or limit? Hey, Chris, how are you? So that's one. The second one is departmentally. So in different departments of your business, you might hit a ceiling where it's just kind of an isolated, hi, Eunice, hi, Amanda. Oh my God, Amanda, you're so beautiful. Yeah, bright red lipstick to go with my bright red pants. These pants were $12 and they're so nice. I'm good. Good. Angels? No. I'm happily married, remember? I think we've been over this. Hey, Eunice. Hey, what's up? You don't crash through ceilings, you use the stairs. Dan! Oh my God! Dan, you're home. It's so good to see you. How are you? Dave, welcome. Thank you. $12 pants. Yeah, they're awesome. And I feel like they're like 2-in-1 because they're stretchy enough that I can like move and do yoga in them, but they're thick, so they're warm too, so they're good for winter. But I feel like they could also kind of pass for like dress pants in a way, you see? I mean, for me, I don't really get all that dressed up, so I'm either going to wear a dress, but if I'm trying to look like somewhat, kind of professional, these pants are pretty versatile, so I like them. Thanks for inviting your followers. Wait, didn't you already do that? Thank you again. Hi, Asha! Ah! It keeps freezing every few seconds. Is it doing that for everyone? Hey, Asha. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Yes, I am trying to seduce you, Eunice. Is it working? Do you want me to pull the stick out? Alana, hello. Happy Tuesday to you, too. Nice to meet you. Have we met before? You don't dress up either. You're lying. You wear a suit every time you broadcast. And you dressed up to go to Ceviche 105 with me and Lorena and Dan. Very versatile. $12 pants. Nice buy. Thanks, Django. How are you this morning? You guys are up early. We're all up early. I went to bed so early last night. I went to bed at like 10:30 p.m. and then got up at 6:15. Or 6. I got up at 6. Yes! Okay, anyway, back to the book. So departmentally, so there might be one certain part, maybe it's the financial part of your business that is hitting a ceiling. You're having some, you can't get over a certain threshold with income. Or maybe it's something, or maybe not necessarily that. Like maybe there's some issue with your bookkeeper or accountant or something like that. Stream messing up? What do you guys mean? Let me try to decrease, stand by. Let me try to decrease my bit rate. It's at 2,000. Let's try 1,500. I want it to be as clear as possible. Your internet stopped working last night? Mine does that all the time. Someone told me that my OBS crashes, which is not what's happening now, but when my whole thing shuts down, because my upload speed is too slow. So I'm considering upgrading my upload speed. So if you'd like to support this channel and its growth and expansion, you can do that at the website, femyoga.com. Or you can send super hearts. I am a super broadcaster, so I get, it's perfect for you, Django. Awesome, good. And I can cash out the super hearts for money and put it towards crazy upload speeds. My egg drop is not on. My egg drop is on. I put hashtag egg drop, right? Asha for super hearts of the broadcast. Thank you, beautiful love. Are you going live now? Was that just a little super heart to say you're going live? What am I checking right now? What was I just doing? I don't remember. Hi, David. Hi, Smitty. Good morning, guys. Blankenship, thanks for the super hearts. Almost missed that one. Oh, yeah, I was checking my title. Yep, egg drop's on. If it's not working, I guess we'll have to ask Joey. No issues on Twitch. Cool, Dan. I kind of want to put it back up. Is the clarity still good? Does anyone have me on their TV? How's the clarity on a bigger screen? Am I pixelated at all? Did I get more pixelated as I decreased my bitrate? I know we're supposed to talk about the book. Okay. Hey, David, friend of love yoga. What does that mean? Your surgery is May 23rd. Okay, so many surgeries in your life. My geez. To be clear, you can mail yoga too. What, who, ha? Whoa, the way you wrote that still do? You can mail yoga too? Yep, men can do yoga for sure. For sure. I got actually primarily when yoga started, it was only for men. Women didn't practice yoga when it was invented. I got a grip on this coffee. I look holly jolly. I know! Christmas! It's Christmas in May. Hi, Amanda. If you'd like to help, with my business, just let me know how you could do that. And don't get blocked. This was from the original one. It took a long time to get that rescheduled. I guess it wasn't very urgent. That's good. You can't do yoga, Django. How come? If you can breathe, you can do yoga. Thank you, Amanda. Okay, so then the third type of ceiling. So we said your organization can hit its own ceilings. You can have ceilings departmentally. So whether it's your human resources, your marketing, your financial department. I think I'm going to let him go. Did I ever do the elbow lever? You saw me do elbow lever. Get out of here right now with elbow lever. You can come back later when I do yoga outside and tell me to do your elbow lever and I will show you. and I'll be really hot, I imagine, because it's going to get really hot today, so I think I'll probably do yoga pretty soon after this, although I'm already getting hungry, so I might eat between. And then remember, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, Sonam108 will be on hosting trivia. She is our first ever content creator on the channel. And then Thursday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Ruby Noosa that comes on and cooks for us down in Australia. So now we're in New York, London, and Australia, broadcasting from all over the world, using positivity to help you to reach your health, wealth, and relationship goals. Libre, Mile High John, hi. Meditative fitness, yoga, tai chi. Yes, still do good. All these books have the principles helped your business. Absolutely, yes. This one, I would say the one that we just read recently, Secrets Self-Made Millionaires Teach Their Kids, was, as I read it, I was like, yes, this is so profoundly true and really, really good advice in here. But then this book, Traction, even though I wasn't as excited about it, I wasn't like, oh my God, this is so amazing. It was very practical, and it caused me to do work on my business really quickly, right in like the first 40, 50 pages. It's a bit pixelated on the TV. I'm just gonna crank up my bitrate just a little higher. I'll meet you guys halfway. I'll go to 1750. Have I started working on my backflip? Dan, let's work on handstand first. No backflips. Shout out to Dan on Fleek, our number 2 contributor of the last 30 days. Where would we be without Dan on Fleek? Seriously. Our number 1 super heart contributor of all time. Welcome back. Okay. Did I say the third type of ceiling? Organizationally, departmentally, and then individually. So you yourself as the owner of your business, as well as the people that work for your business individually. So personal ceilings. It could be a lot of different things. So what you have to do is figure out where those ceilings are, and then how can you crash through them as quickly and easily as possible. I hit a handstand ceiling. No, Dan, I don't know if you've been watching, but I moved from the wall to the bed. So now I'm like, I don't need the wall as much. So if I go too far, my feet land on the bed. But so far that hasn't happened. But I only did that one day so far. That was like 2 or 3 days ago. And then I had yoga with the sisters. And then yesterday we were outside. And I don't have like an in-between. I don't have like an in-between wall and floor. So I just use the wall outside, which I'll do again later today. Hey everybody, welcome to the broadcast. So I want to show you guys what I used from this. So those are the 3 ceilings, and then this is the first way. This is the first way you want to help with any ceilings that you might hit in the future, whatever. You want to prepare. The best, what do they say? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So true. It's true in business, it's true in health, it's true in relationships. Trapper, hello, good morning. Ed, good morning. What are we having for breakfast? Better than hitting the actual ceiling. Oh, is that what you meant, Dan? Thanks for the super hearts, Ed. Dan said I hit the ceiling doing a handstand, but he meant the actual ceiling. I thought he meant like an obstacle that I couldn't surpass. Okay, well, that guy said shut up and take my money, but then he didn't give me any money, so I'm going to start talking again. Sorry, man, you had your chance. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the core values. So let me see how many he said. I think it was 3 to 5 core values of your business. It might be really clear to you and maybe not. So this is going to really, really help you to start a business. But also, if you're already running a business, you want to reconnect with this and make sure that it's clear. Hey, Asim. What does that mean? Hey, Discover a Design. Oh, God. Core focus. That'll be next. It's good to always reconnect back to your core values. What are core values? They are a small set of vital and timeless guiding principles for your company. Ed said it showed him what a mess he had with his business, and he's the one there, South Jersey broker, that recommended this book to us. A good rule of thumb is to limit them to somewhere between 3 and 7. So 3 and 7, as always, less is more. These core values define your culture and who you truly are as people. When they're clear, you'll find they attract like-minded people to your organization. You'll also find that when they are applied in your organization, they will weed out the people that don't fit. Once they're defined, you must hire, fire, review, reward, and recognize people based on these core values. This is how to build a thriving culture around them. So maybe that's why this book didn't excite me so much, like I was saying to Amanda, because I don't have a big team of people that I work with right now. Up until the past few weeks, it was really just me. Eric helps me with my website, sometimes my number one super fan, Eric Fubar, very kind of casual relationship there, and James is my graphic designer and video editor, and that's it. He's really like the one person that I paid up until recently when I brought on Sonam and Ruby. So for me, like, I don't really have a whole lot of issues with my team. My team's doing really well. Everybody's pretty, they know what the values are, they know what the channel's about, and a lot of this is already implemented in our business, but this was nice for me to get really super clear so that I can show up as the best way possible for them and for Fem Yoga. If you take Fem Yoga away from me as a person and what its goals are, and it's an entity outside of me, and kind of considering what's best for it is to have a good leader in charge of its future and make sure that I'm keeping my people connected to the future and make sure that everyone's clear on it and everyone wants the same things. Because if they don't, then we wouldn't keep working together, right? My team is spread out. Yeah, and that's another book. So if you have a similar setup to what I have, where you have a lot of virtual workers, virtual assistants, or you want to and you don't really know where to begin, either way, this is a great book for both managing, hiring, learning about virtual staff. It's called Virtual Freedom by Chris Ducker. I'll hold it up for a few seconds if you'd like to grab a screenshot. It's how to work with virtual staff to buy more time, become more productive, and build your dream business. Redefine your core values and fire yourself, Dan said. Redefine your core values hopefully will not cause you to fire yourself. But it could help you it could challenge you to improve yourself and refocus and realign. So our core values here at Fem Yoga are positivity. That's pretty obvious, I think. One of the books that changed my life is called Positivity by Barbara Fredrickson. And this is about the 3-to-1 ratio that totally changed my life and could change yours as well. It's 3 positive interactions for every 1 negative interaction. It's pretty much the key to a happy and successful life. Firing yourself is the goal. Oh, that's a good point, Ed. That's a good point. And what he means by that is that you want to make your business sustainable so that it can run even without you. So if you get ill, or you want to take a month to go to Australia, or you want to go to the wilderness of Peru with Lorena Mia, and you want your business to continue being successful and thriving and working, you don't want to leave your customers high and dry, then you would want a business that can run without you, a self-sustainable business, which is actually one of our core values as well. I searched for a good review on Traction, but not a single good site did one. Really, Eternity? I wish that I wasn't doing this live in a way so that I could be more clear with what I'm saying and not get sidetracked by comments, but so far this is what makes me the most income, and I would love to just be able to just talk about the book, but I really have to kind of get sidetracked. But hopefully this will be a good review for you, because this is what I took away from it and applied immediately to my business, and it's already making my business better than it was a week ago before I read the book. So our first core value, I don't know if these are really in order. They're probably not, but I came up with 5. Positivity, truth. So we want to use facts, honesty, reason, logic, truth here. We're using intellect, intelligence. This isn't really a show so much about entertainment. Hopefully you find some entertainment from it. Thank you, Eric. But it's really more of an educational type show. It's really more about spreading information, ideas, and knowledge. Sustainability, that's kind of like what we were just talking about. Not only do we want our business to be sustainable, but we want to teach sustainability. So that's part of the education as well, is that we want to teach you how to be self-sufficient, independent, and I guess that's actually kind of the fourth thing. Look, even as I'm talking to you guys here, I feel like they're the two, I've already combined two core values into one, because I had sustainability and independence as two separate things, but in a way, those mean the same thing. Let me get a pen. Everybody get your pens. Change your core values. Let's go. Come on, we're firing ourselves right now. So which one should I call it? Sustainability or independence? I think sustainability is better. Okay, so I have 4 core values. See? Easy as that. Boom. And yes, I wrote it down rather than typing it. Some things never change. I do most of my stuff digitally, as you can see. I'm pretty proficient with technology, but with brainstorming, I love pen and paper. You take notes of my scopes? Really, Amanda? That's so exciting! I'm hot. Okay, that's random sidetrack. Okay, core values, you should have between 3 and 7. So mine are positivity, truth, sustainability, and growth. So sustainability means like maintaining, keeping your standard of living, keeping your life and whatever your goal is, steady. And then we also want to grow. So we're about development, personal development, business development, relationship development, and more. In November, we're all about hair development when we do No Shave November and get really hairy. Okay, anyway, you'll see that when we get there. Hi there. Hi, LV Dubs. How are you? Zen, thank you so much. You're so sweet. That's so nice to say. I appreciate the encouragement. And let me know what I'm not doing good at, because that's going to help me even more than compliments so that I can improve. I'm going to be taking a couple workshops in June about, hey, namaste, bonjour, Antosh. But I'm going to be taking some workshops at VidCon in Anaheim, California in June about how to get really good lighting, sound, and video quality. I believe I'm signed up for a workshop for each of those categories so that we can make sure that we're presenting the highest quality content, and we at least have the knowledge of what we would need to make this a really, really professional looking show, and we might even start exploring with some other things that I don't want to say yet until I'm committed to doing them. So positivity, truth, sustainability, and growth. That's what we're all about here at Femme Yoga. What are your business's core values? If you're not really sure, but you have some ideas, one for sure, feel free to type it into the comments. We can kind of beat it up together like we just did with mine. As I was talking about it and explaining it, I realized that sustainability and independence were really one and the same and could be considered one and the same. So now I went from 5 to 4, so we can kind of do that together. And that's the beauty of this live interaction and the live community, is that we can learn from each other. And that's like what I'm saying. It's not really about entertainment here, it's about education. And you guys educate me just as much as, hopefully, I'm bringing you some knowledge as well. The next part, so that's the first thing that you identify, is your core values. And everything kind of is built off here. So if you hear something that I talk about later in this broadcast, please make sure that you get these core values first. We're trying to do this pretty much in the order that I'm going to be talking about it, and the order they said it in the book. PepCon, EPUB Adobe products. Interesting. And where is that, Amanda? Did you just say? I might have missed the piece of the comment. So the next part is your core focus. So your values, that's your value system. That's what you're about. But your focus is what you aim to do. What's the purpose of your business? What are you doing? It's important to have a culture and strong values, but it's also important to be clear on what do you really do so that you can stay focused on it. Hey, Mokhtar. And that's your core focus. So you have your 3 to 7 core values. And then you have your core focus, which is really like one thing. This is the one thing that you're really focused on. This is what you do. If people ask you, what do you do? What is your business all about? This is your core focus. Okay, they move it. All right. So I'll have to try to look it up. Do you know if it happened in 2018 yet? You met a lot of Adobe experts going. Interesting. That's really interesting, because I think let me not give away secrets, but Adobe could potentially be a solution to my OBS issues if the upgrade speed does not, or upload speed increase doesn't solve that problem. Focus to attract the finest of internet trolls. Dan, I thought you were about to lay some sweet wisdom on us. And he's talking about internet trolls. So for us, our core focus is, as you may have heard once or twice around here if you've been around, health, wealth, relationship goals. That's our core focus, is not only for me personally, Taylor, Femme Yoga Taylor, but also for the other content creators in this channel now as they become associated with Femme Yoga and tied into the same focus and values that we have here on this channel. It's about their health, wealth, and relationship goals and ours, as Femme Yoga and the Femme Yoga community. But it's also obviously really about helping you guys to reach the goals, and not just by teaching it, but by doing it ourselves and then teaching you how we made it happen. So we're not just saying, oh, rather than me having actually done it, I'm just going to say okay, this is what you should do. You should just come up with some core values and then go, okay, and then you should have a core focus. And I just sit here and I tell you, and you're like, well, how do I have any proof that that's really going to work? This guy wrote this book in 2007. I mean, that's 11 years old now. It was, I think, revised to be paperback in 2011, but I don't know how much of the book they changed. But it's like, why should I listen to this guy? The information could be considered slightly outdated. But if you see that I'm applying it to my business and how it's helping me in my successful business, then you know that there's some proof there. And the live aspect means you have access to me, so you can check, you can basically make sure that this is real. It's not just some sales presentation, but you can ask me about it. Like I said, we can beat it up together and kind of, get to the bottom of this. Our core value is truth. Our core value is not being right. So if we're wrong about something, we want to know right away and change it. So if something we think is working for us and it changes, or we learn a little nuance about it, we want to share it here with you guys. So health, wealth, and relationship goals are what we're focused on. Ooh, so many comments. Okay, this is actually pretty funny. So this guy says, the purpose of my business is to get money and F bees. That's how I'm going to say it. Wait! I want to read it. I want to read your comments. Stop talking. And our mission statement is... No! He got blocked. Crap. Our mission statement is, get money now. And then I forget. He said something else. It was actually pretty funny, but he got blocked. I don't think you're getting enough money. If you reach a level of money, bees will automatically come. There's so much wisdom in here. Okay, alright. Thanks, Zen. Okay. So that's our core focus, is helping people not only our viewers, but also our team, ourselves. We want to practice what we preach. Okay, so health, wealth, and relationship goals, not just getting, because I always say that we help people internationally to reach their health, wealth, and relationship goals, but also it's not just by teaching, it's also by doing it. We're teaching from experience, and I think that's really, really awesome. Just pat myself on the back real quick. The next part that you want to work on, so first we have our core values, then we got our core focus, and then we work on our niche. Who is your niche? Or what is your niche? This was actually, okay. So I always thought of niche as your ideal client or your target market, but in this, it's more like they're talking about your niche, like what makes you different from other competitors in your industry. There's also another thing called the uniques. But for me, what I wrote for my niche was live streaming with engagement. So that's, even though I'm a certified Hatha yoga teacher, a business wealth development, personal development coach, and, live show host, whatever this is, or I could just say, I could do podcasts, but it's really the live streaming, I think, that is our niche here that makes us unique, and the fact that we're engaged. We try to catch every single comment as much as possible and make sure that we're responding to you guys and that we're here, present. And the goal is to get this channel, and I actually was able to clarify these goals because of this Traction book. Couldn't remember the name of it. Because of the Traction book, I'm really, really clear, and I've been saying 24 hours a day live, and I've realized, as I kind of run the numbers and thought about it more, it's pretty unlikely that that's going to happen. At least maybe long lifetime goal. But right now, what's in my realm of what I can actually do right now, and the skills that I have and what I can really see, is 20 hours a day. So that's really my 10-year goal, is to have 20 hours every single day live on this channel. It's not going to be cheap, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be awesome. Hey Gio, how are you? Good morning. So that's the goal. That's what I'm trying to do. And this book actually helped me to get really clear on how long I think that should happen, and how it should happen, and how much it's going to cost, and all of this. So this book was really good for kind of like getting into the details of your business, and really at that core, your foundation, and figuring out like, why am I doing this? What are we doing? Why are you not okay? So what are we doing? Why are we doing it? How do we do it? How is that different? Really getting into like the piece by piece meal. And if you're just starting your business and you're learning this now, you're way ahead of the game, because clarifying all this up front is going to make it a lot easier. And I promise you, it will change. Like, I did all this types of exercises before starting my business, and it has completely changed from where it started. 20 hours of femme yoga as a well-rounded lifestyle. Yes, Amanda, it's for people who are like, I want as many hours live possible so that no one ever really has to feel like they have no one to talk to. You know, there's like hotlines you can call where they have the okay, this is what, if they say this, you say this, and then, you know, you should pass this off to, you know, and it's good to have policy, and we have that here too, but not really, we don't have like objection handling, like if someone, you know, it's what's nice is that it's kind of free. Wait, I'm missing what you said. Ed, why you gotta talk while I'm in the middle of something? It sucks clarifying midlife. It sucks clarifying midlife of the business. It doesn't suck. It's a big wake-up call. Well, yeah, but I bet you did this. You didn't do stuff like this before you started the business, like a mission statement, your core values, your 10-year plan. I mean, it's pretty common. You don't want to be pessimistic, but I'm not sure this platform will be a sustainable source of income. And how long would it have to be a good source of income to be considered sustainable? Because we're at almost a year right now. Actually, let's see if that's even true. For sustainable income, let's say we're at 6 months. Let's be conservative. Just not to that extent. But definitely will increase profitability. Oh, hey, JTag. How many volunteerists do you know? How many people am I competing with here? No, that's okay. You don't have to unban him. What? It's true. Go around the city with Lambos. Maybe he's from some really liberal country. Your niche is handstands on pyramids. You would diversify just in case. Yep, we're live on Twitch right now, and I also have a YouTube channel, as well as I'm on Twitter, Goodreads, and Instagram. Pretty diversified as far as what our business actually is. But I have other skills. I could work and be successful at a lot of other things if need be. But I can't do everything, so I have to focus on my niche, my live streaming with engagement niche. But what you're doing now can grow into more. Yeah, Amanda, I think you're right. I don't think we're seeing the beginning of the end of live streaming. I mean, there's, a handful of people that just started monetizing and making a living off of this? Why would all of a sudden, okay, now we're going to stop? I'm assuming what we'll see is as the younger generation comes into the working age and realizes that they can work from home, traveling, talking with friends, educating, sharing ideas, I think we're going to see this become more popular, not less. I don't know if he means particularly Periscope, the platform itself. Maybe he has some inside information I don't have. I have no reason to think it's going anywhere. It seems to be growing, improving, doing well all the time, but I certainly don't have all of my eggs in the Periscope basket. Many. Oh, really? JTag, yo, let's network. I want to network with more people like that. How do I meet them? I'm not on Facebook. Don't tell me some weird Facebook group. You can be asked to speak at workshops or get syndicated. That's true, yeah. I'm saying more real world, not just virtual. Do you think that this is virtual reality? This is real. This is real information. This is knowledge. Ideas are probably the most powerful resource outside of, time, air, and food, the basic necessities, the unchangeable laws of physics. But some of these ideas are wisdom that we've had since the beginning of human time, and some people are just learning it today in 2018. Yeah, I've written one book, Amanda, which is about making money on Periscope. But I think what makes sense is to do what works, and I worked, he's saying basically don't work online. Work in the real world, which means work outside of your home in an office, I assume is what he's talking. Maybe you're not saying it well. Yeah, feel free to clarify. I mean, I have lots of time. We're going to probably take a little bit longer to get through the rest of what we have here. But I do want to make sure that everyone knows that, I'm not just I didn't just decide to do this. I've done a lot of thinking about it, and I can definitely defend it as a decision. Chapters even from Sonam's perspective. Yeah, actually Flash told me that. He told me to save a chapter in my book for him, and I was like, what does that mean? Nice to meet you. I was a Navy SEAL, then I became a CIA contractor. Oh, nice, Alpha. Have we met before? Why does your name sound familiar to me? How is online not the real world? It's a reality of the current world, these crazy humans. Yeah, I don't know how online's not the real world. I mean, if you guys were all robots and this was all virtual reality, you know what I mean? I guess I could see that that's not really the real world, but this is my real room. If I decided to open an office here and you guys came in, this would be really where we would do our business. Not saying real world office or job, that doesn't work to build wealth. Okay, so what are you saying, Jeffrey? Axel, I'm reading off of Periscope. I'm live on Periscope and Twitch. You want to learn about tractors? When I looked for a GIF about traction, all that came up were tractors. And I do want to say Doolittle Dundee is one of the top contributors of this channel, so I much appreciate his input, and I certainly don't want people to be rude or disrespectful to him in any way. We're just trying to understand each other. It's hard when you guys have to type it into a little text box. Thank you, Ba. I think we decided I'm just going to call you Ba. No, not Facebook. No, it's like the dirty word. It would have timed you out if you say Facebook. I'm just kidding, Ba. I'm not going to time you out. That would be amusing to me, though. Anyone who says Facebook, time out. Yeah, no, we're not going to use Facebook. That's a no. That's a hard no. But thank you for the advice. And, maybe you guys will go do what I'm doing on Facebook, and you'll win, and I'll lose, and you can be like, I told you so. People who discount online culture are crazy. Brexit and Trump are a direct result of online culture. I was going to say something. I'm not going to get into it. Okay. They will sell my personal data. Well, that's true, Axel, but I can't imagine Twitter wouldn't do that. Why wouldn't they? Easter Island? Oh my God, Sonam, who wants to go to Easter Island? You should all come. Let's focus on the book, though. So I just talked about my niche, which is live streaming with engagement, which is, I think, why Jeffrey is saying that he doesn't think that's almost, I don't know if he's saying that he doesn't think that's a good niche, or he just doesn't have confidence that I'm diversified enough in my investments or my holdings or what, but I would love to hear more. What is this, Hema? What? This is a pen. I'm Taylor. Those are Crash Cannons. What's up? Hi. This is Fem Yoga. This is a channel that's live at least 3 hours every single day. We're working to get up to 20 hours a day. Might take us 10 years to do that, but we're working on it. What if you hired someone well-versed in Facebook to manage that? Don't be dismissive of all opportunities to engage. I started on Facebook. I'm not being dismissive. I'm a big proponent of Abe. Always be experimenting. I encourage you guys to experiment with Facebook for sure if that's what you want to do. It's not a good fit for the platform as far as I've done. The actual live function of Facebook is also completely inferior to Periscope. I mean, Twitch is pretty inferior as well. Periscope's worlds ahead because Periscope was created primarily just for live streaming. YouTube is starting to rival it. Instagram with the split screen. I mean, there's definitely other platforms that have, and I use those platforms as well. But what does Facebook have that I'm missing from anywhere else besides supposedly more people on it? But I've gone live on Facebook plenty of times and can tell you that Periscope has a significantly greater reach than Facebook. And I'm not trying to reach out to my local hometown people, and I'm not trying to have my hometown people come and share my personal private information with people that I don't know on the internet and come in and maybe say a little bit too much. So it risks my privacy and my security. And because I'm the main content creator, it would be me on there. I can't, first of all, I'm not making that much money to just hire someone for every perceived issue that someone else thinks is an issue of the business. So, I mean, if you want to do it for free and send me a pitch, totally let me know. But I'm trying to hire 30 content creators right now, long term. So that's extremely, extremely cost intensive. So hiring someone else to do something that sounds completely repulsive to me is definitely not going to happen. But also, because I'm the main content creator, who's going to go live on Facebook? Do you mean I would hire someone else to go live exclusively on Facebook under the Fem Yoga platform, which would be kind of weird, because then that person it would just be completely segmented and isolated from our main channel. Do you see what I'm saying? But I would love to hear your thoughts on all of that. And I want to go back and see what Amanda said here. I agree, but as a way to introduce people to Periscope and new technology. That's actually against the terms of service, most likely. You can't go onto a platform with the goal of pulling them from one platform to another. So I can't go on Twitch and say, hey Twitch, come over to Periscope. And people do this. They're I'm about to go live on Instagram, and they do that on Periscope because Periscope has the best reach, and they're trying to pull people from Periscope to other platforms. And it's technically against the guidelines as far as I'm reading them. So that's a gray area as far as it's smart to want to pull people from one platform to the other so that you have people everywhere, but you want to make sure that you're not trying to pull them from one to the other. You want them to stay where they are, and if they happen to have this other platform, they can follow you there as well. And that's kind of for if you guys are streamers, just so you know, that's kind of probably the best way to word or present that. But it is kind of weird how many people don't use Periscope, but how many people are on Periscope. There's millions of users on Periscope, but if I go down the street and ask, knock on the first, 10 doors, people are going to be like, what's Periscope? Thanks, Blankenship. Please don't call me baby, but hi. Luna, hello! Luna, what did you get from Perry Sock? I didn't get to see that broadcast before I went live. Hi, Alex. I got to see Luna's broadcast today. Luna, what were you? Oh my gosh, she was doing the American accent. She was singing the Star Spangled Banner. Holy crap. You open the bobs. No, I do not open the bobs. Social anxiety? Wait, what? Did I miss? I think I missed. Just recommending more passive streams of income. Oh, like what, Jeffrey? Did I miss what you said? Oh, no, I missed a bunch, I think. It seems like. What other passive forms of income did you recommend? Can you just say just what they were? If you said a lot, I don't mean to ask you to repeat it all. I just hate missing stuff. I have FOMO. I have FOMC, fear of missing comments. Who needs hometown weirdos when you can have global weirdos? That's Dan's response. Oh my god, you got a Boston hat. Oh yeah, was it Red Sox? I switch here from Twitch. Real question, why no yoga pants if you have yoga in the title? I'm wearing yoga pants right now. I don't know what you're talking about. Answering why people don't go live, social anxiety. Why people don't, did I say why don't people go live? You got to get in the cryptocurrency game. JTAG, okay. Okay. What is yoga? Bowman, yoga means union. It's an ancient practice from India, and the term yoga in Sanskrit means union. So it's a union of breath, body, mind, soul, spirit, if you believe in that. A union of all things being one. No, I'm not about to read while doing a headstand. Aren't you supposed to be getting ready to come live in 7 hours? Okay. They're all Russian bots. You try to, Dan's like, I leave the popular platform. I go from Periscope to Twitch. Here we go with the Bitcoin. Axel, I'm with you on that. I'm sorry, lots of comments. You said lots of people on Perry not using it. No, I don't mean like that. No. I just mean the common everyday person. Oh, I have a union with you too. The common everyday person doesn't know what Periscope is. That's what I mean. I'm not surprised people don't go live. I wouldn't expect I'm surprised some people go live. They do go live, just because of trolls, I think Periscope, it's best for live streams, but Instagram is also amazing. Instagram is okay, but you don't get any views unless you're a celebrity. I mean, I have almost 40,000 followers on Periscope. If I go live on Instagram right now, I'd be excited if I got 10 views or 15 views. I'd be like, whoa, look, 10 views, holy crap. I swear to God. I kid you not. Like, if I get 20 views, I think the most views I've ever gotten on Instagram ever, when I was broadcasting to Instagram every single day, just like I was with Facebook, I think I got like 43, maybe, let's just say 50. No, never more than 50 views on an Instagram video. My first ever Periscope video, when I didn't even, had no followers, 0 followers, was 443 or something like that views. Amount of people that go live is similar to those that go to college. Whoa, Alex, I've never heard that before. Would having a forum for discussion on your website act against you live streaming interaction? Would having a forum for discussion on your website act against your live streaming interaction? No, not at all. A forum for discussion on my website, that kind of already exists, because you can comment on the website, I believe. Then I would have less FOMO. It's like, watch live, but comment on the website so I don't miss anything. That's funny. But you can reach out to me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, wherever is best for you to get to me. You can go on the website. I think you can kind of just like comment on the page, but also you can definitely comment on the blog posts. And then my contact info is on there too. I think my email is even there. So I'm very accessible. If there's a comment that I missed and you guys want me to catch it, message it to me. I will definitely read it. I check all of my inboxes every single Saturday. As of May 8th, 2018, in case things get out of control, and in a few years it's like, holy crap, I can't check them every Saturday. So, I'm just saying. Hi, Ryan. Can you eat cow if you want to do yoga? I eat cow. You would view me on Instagram? Well, thank you, Ba. I appreciate that. I was thinking about going live on Instagram right now. I gotta charge my Android phone. Where is it? I think it's downstairs. Oh! It's right here. This is my Instagram phone. 41% battery. What now? I absolutely agree. You want a lot of views and maybe build a business. Periscope, yeah, Periscope definitely has the best reach that I've found. But other people might find other things. Like Brandy Anthony loves Instagram. My website could turn into the next 4chan. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to close myself off to anything. You really are the most accessible person. Amanda, thank you. I try to be. I don't know. We all have our strengths, right? Socializing is a strength of mine, so I can handle lots of different conversations at once. Good morning, Ryan. How are you? Peaks is great. Peaks, the last time I looked at Peaks, there was one person live, and it was over. One person had gone live. No one was live on the entire platform as far as I could tell. One girl had gone live for literally 5 seconds, and it was this. She went live. This is my phone. Hey guys, follow me on Snapchat. That was it. That was the entire broadcast. I don't think that was 5 seconds. It was like a 2-second broadcast. Follow me on Snapchat, guys. How is that a good platform? There's like nobody going live on there. It's crickets. Alex. People were saying the same thing about Busker. Oh, you should get on Busker. You should be on Busker. I'm like, why? There's no one over there. And sure enough, Busker died. You can't with Snapchat. Sonam said, please don't be mean. That's what my scopes are. It's growing because it rewards the content creator. Are you saying that Periscope doesn't? It lacks substance. Well, Peaks is created primarily for 18 plus content, right? For like, where is the live cam girl app? Because if it's not Peaks, can we make it? Who wants to go in on this with me? Alex, Ed, Sonam? Ty Lopez loves Snapchat. He does. It's unfortunate, but he does. Laughing out loud. Hey. Hi, Tom. I'm not your baby. Remember. Okay. Johnny V-Nex. Hey. Johnny. Do you have a different username? Wasn't your username something else before? Are you the same person I'm thinking of? Hi, Charlie. Who's Wayne King? Oh, should I have said that out loud? Isn't Periscope the live cam app? Alex. I mean, where they could actually monetize. Like, it's encouraged, and it's an app where that's like, this is an app. You got to say you're 18 plus to get in. Maybe even set up like a PayPal, like even just to access the app. And then you have to pay to enter the broadcast or something. Like, I don't know exactly how it would work, but if that's not a thing, holy crap, it's a gold mine. Can somebody please write this down? Can we do this? Don't take my idea. Don't write it down. Don't wait. Only if you're going to do it with me. False. Cam girl apps exist in mass. Oh, there are tabs that say 18 plus or 14 plus. I mean, when I went on Peaks, I looked hard for the 18 plus section and couldn't find it. Live.me has donating like mad, but content stinks. I agree. Live.me is useless. I'm sure there are some content creators on there that might have something good. Chatterbait. It's a thing. It's a thing, not that I would know. I love how Sonam said it's a thing. All right. Bye, Gio. Thanks for being here. Hey, Shrimp Daddy. You can't think of the name. Is it Chatterbait? Is that a thing? Should I buy shares of this company? Should we teach them how to really... I've never even heard of it. How have I not heard of this? I'm waiting. Chatterbait. You have to go on your computer to physically change your settings to allow 18 plus. See, JTAG? That's a complete failure. That gives Peaks 2 complete thumbs down. You have to have a desktop to use the app. If you want to find Sonam on Chatterbait, her username is Mia Khalifa. Guys, you're going to get me flagged NSFW again. I got flagged NSFW the other day, and I was wearing, I think it was this shirt. I was wearing a t-shirt and, like, pants or shorts, whatever, that went down to here. I'm like, and I was just sitting there talking about yoga, doing yoga. Not suitable for work. Lesbians are nice. Okay, Tom, thanks. Do you find people actually buying merch, or is it better to give them merch for supporting in a package? Both. So people do buy some merch. Not a ton, Amanda. I buy more merch than anybody to reward my sponsors. So I like both. You know, people do buy some, but it's not like a big source of income for me, especially because it's only my free cams. I don't know, but that's what I mean. Like, nobody's dominating that. I mean, I guess I'm not really the target market for that, so I've just maybe not heard of it, but being a live streamer that also happens to not wear a bra, I would think I would have heard of this. I would have think someone would suggest it to me or mention it to me or something at some point, because there's been plenty of times that people think that I'm a cam girl. There's a whole misunderstanding. Bye, Johnny. Have a good day. I missed your response to if you changed your username, but thanks for coming in. Is Sonam the marketing coordinator for My Free Cams? What's My Free Cams? Is that the one? Which one's bigger? What's chat? Are these apps? These are apps, right? I'm not talking about desktop. I don't want no friggin' chat roulette. My Free Cams is a massively and insanely popular platform. Okay, I've never heard of that. I got NSFW for wearing an off-the-shoulder top. I'm going to cover my shoulders and have no pants. Would you like to do chat bait to try? No, Tom, you're going to get blocked. Yes, you can ask me a weird question, O-Dog. I can't guarantee you won't get blocked if it's, like, sexual, but you could try. There's a whole world of legit cam girl sites. Sites is one thing, but what about apps? The future of cam girls. Where are the cam girls at? Invite all the cam girls you know. We need to learn from them. Come on, get Amber in here. Get Kat Kensington in here. Who else? That girl, I'm like the girl with the boobs. That narrows it down. You're going to chat bait with Tom. Oh, Alex, you're so sweet. You're so nice. That's really, take one for the team. Catterbait is whack and for weirdos. Oh, okay. So My Free Cams is the one then. JTag knows about this. Thank you for your knowledge, Jay. Who's the girl? She wears like the bikinis and she smokes weed and her name is something. Get that girl in here too. Who else? You helped set a cam girl up with Bitcoin back when it was $50. Nice! The no bra is what makes it NSFW. I'm not wearing a bra right now, and this won't get marked NSFW. I never wear a bra, and only some of my broadcasts get marked NSFW. Typically if I do yoga, because apparently the female body is not suitable for work. My Free Cams is not for the prude. Yeah, I assume that's kind of what we're getting to, this territory here, yeah. Kind Keith, are you here to teach us about cam girls? They earn a lot of money. That's good. That's the first step. Now they have to manage it well. I probably should get to my meeting. Alex is like, they're like, why were you late to the meeting? Alex is like, I was creating a cam girl app on the internet. I kept seeing the two girls in a white room in bikinis smoking weed. Someone kept sharing that. Oh, really? Some of them are like fake videos. They're like someone screen recorded or like downloaded someone else's broadcast and then they play it, but it's not live and it's not like a real, person there now. Nudity is art. Does that get NSFW? I would assume it does. Yeah. I think a lot of that probably gets taken down completely, but I'm not 100% sure. 90K last year being a cam girl. And how much of it did she save? How much of it did she spend? And how much of it did she invest? Periscope and Twitch will eventually die and a new dog will come around and dominate. Yeah, eventually, but like, how long, you know? Sabiscan, hello? They aren't live, yeah. Oh, thanks. Thank you, Zen. I didn't even have to see the question. Hi, Pandaros. Pandaros? All right, guys, we're supposed to be talking about business. All right, so we talked about core values, core focus, niche, and now we're talking about your 10-year target. Where do you see your business? Where do you want your business to be in 10 years? Justin.tv, soon. Well, Amazon purchased Twitch, what was it, 2008 or something like that? So that's pretty surprising to me, especially because it still kind of sucks. Tom, do you want to get blocked, or are you just trying to get blocked? Save, spend, invest. How do you grow on a small income at first to get out of paycheck to paycheck? Cut your expenses as much as possible, and which is kind of the same thing as save your money as much as possible. Stop going out to eat. You have to be really, really smart with your money. And on the flip side, it's not always an expenses issue. Now, I find a lot of people spend a lot of their money on a lot of stupid things. That could be an opinion thing, different values. I don't know, but I do find a lot of people being really frivolous with their money, and that is an issue. Whether Grant Cardone wants to fight me on this or not, bring it on. If you're right now living paycheck to paycheck, you want to be really, really mindful of your expenses. You should always be mindful of your expenses, really mindful. You really don't ever get less mindful, but you might not have to, consult your budget every time you want it. You kind of know, like, you have a set amount that you can spend on extraneous things. But when you have no money and you're trying to get ahead, you don't have that budget. You have $0 for that stuff, literally. Like, as much as you can possibly control yourself from even like a Netflix subscription, like that $10 a month can be saved for something useful, like creating your own business or buying some really awesome valued stock, or there's lots of other investments that I don't personally participate in that you could do. You could buy precious metals, which I do, but that's more of a savings thing. It's not much on like savings. And if you don't really have a lot of cash saved, metals, I don't really think you need to worry about metals. I haven't shopped for anything but necessities for over a year. 2 cars paid off. There you go. So you have, Ed would say that your cars are not assets. My husband would say that your cars are assets, depending. I guess it depends on how much they're worth as compared to how much you paid for them. But, you don't have that recurring bill, and now that car works for you, and you know that if you do anything to that car, you'll have to pay for it. So, and you don't want to do that, and you know that this represents wealth of yours, and every single day that you don't ruin that car and have to spend any more money on it is a win. Buy Bitcoin. No, don't. Ignore him. Don't buy Bitcoin. Do not do that, especially not right now. I don't think. Again, do what you want to do with your money. I'm not, I'm not, what do they call them? Financial advisors? A certified financial advisor or whatever. Fluctuations of metals price is a gamble. Just don't Bitcoin. I agree. Certain cars hold value. Well, see, the metals, it doesn't matter what the dollar value of a piece of metal is. It's the fact that is highly useful. Silver in particular is extremely has huge industrial value. They use silver in everything. Everything has silver in it. But I mean, not everything, but you know what I'm saying? Like a lot, especially with technology. Gold, not as much, but gold does have uses, and gold is even better at really holding its value, especially because gold doesn't have a lot of use where it's going to get used up, where I think silver is kind of like confusing in that regard. Certain cars hold value. Ford Excursions. I'm not a big Ford supporter myself. Thanks, Tom. Diesel. Work is getting in the way of listening to Scope. I'm sorry, Nikki. What is Bitcoin? It's a cryptocurrency. You fully recognize the power of the internet, but don't Bitcoin. Counterproductive. No, I fully recognize the power of the internet, but I don't use it as a source of currency. I think digital money makes sense, but I don't think that I want to trust some... You mined money out of the internet? No, you didn't. In my mind, like, what value did you create, really? You're just trying to circumnavigate government regulated currency, but it's not going to work. They're just going to regulate it. It's only a matter of time. Did you ever wonder why gold is so much more than silver, even though silver is way more useful? It used to be considered that gold was more rare, and gold is also, I think it's more dense. It's like more, than silver. But also, I think now they're coming. Now, again, I'm very much exposed to people who you would call like a silver bug, like people who are like extremists, like they want to put all their money in silver. So I definitely have I hear a lot of that, and I probably have some bias towards that a little bit, but I definitely am not that way myself. I'm pretty balanced, I think. But I've definitely heard that silver is becoming more rare than gold, and it's like a matter of time until the prices actually adjust. I don't know. Because everybody claims that the markets are all manipulated. So they quit making them in 2005. I was researching the silver shortage, and it appears to be a myth. Interesting. Very interesting. You have no solid evidence yet. You make me think of your last English teacher. Interesting. I'm really hot. I want to change my pants. Government can't regulate it. It's peer-to-peer and anonymous. They can try, but we see how government think of Facebook. Wait, what? It intrigues you? Yeah, it intrigues me too. I'm hot. Thank you, Zen. Thank you for banning on Twitch. That's really helpful. All right, so my 10-year target, as we've discussed a couple times already, is 20 hours of live content every single day. And we would have about 10 minutes between each show. And then that would mean that we would have to be bringing in about $600,000 a year minimum to actually justify that happening. So we got a ways to go. We got about 10x what our current goal is of $60,000 this year. So let's say 10 years, 10x. 10 years, 10x, let's do it. And then the ideal client. So let's review. We did core values, your business's core values. We talked about your core focus. What do you do? We talked about your niche, what makes you different, and your 10-year target. Now we're getting into your ideal client, your target client. This is a fun one because all you have to really do is think of your favorite customer. Shortage is demand forced due to modernization of countries, just like meat demand destroying climate. Wait, what? All the gold ever mined would only fill the Lincoln... Was that memorial? A quarter? Okay. I can't take, comments as like data for this stuff. I appreciate you guys contributing. I'm just reading comments. I just want to say, if someone's watching this in the future, you can't see the comments. I'm not saying any of these things. I'm just reading them. Okay. So you want to think of your favorite customer ever, and your ideal client is that person. It's people like that person. What did you love about that interaction? Was it the transaction? Was it that they were super positive? They left you a positive review. They were so easy. They came in. They knew exactly what they wanted. They just made everything so easy. What emphasis do you put on your favorite customer? What quality? Well, that's going to depend on you and your business. What's important to you? You don't want to focus just on whoever's going to pay the most. All business should be focused on profit. You should be trying to get as much into the business and spending the least amount out of the business so that you can continue to grow and expand the business. Hey Tracy, how are you today? So that's not really, now personally, part of my target client is actually somebody, and I think most people would say, someone with excess income, a surplus of income so that they can pay for my services. I can't imagine a target client that doesn't have that feature, but maybe you're a charity and you're targeting people who need your charitable services. So you're really, they don't have to have money. If they have money, they would not be your target client. Now, I don't know how to run a charity. I'm not giving advice for that. I'm just trying to come up with one example of where you wouldn't have that in there. What keeps your favorite person coming back? That type of stuff. Well, that's going to be in a second. That's going to be what is special about you. Right now, we're focusing on what's special about the customer. So I remember at the last place I worked, there was this one customer She was just awesome. I loved this lady. Like, she came in, it was like instant. She just loved everything. Like, she was super nice, super friendly. Oh, hey, how I get, take your time. Oh, it's fine, take your time. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, that type of person who's just like, they're just like, I have all the time in the world. You could never inconvenience me. I'm totally laid back. So, like, no rush. And I'm like, okay, and I get everything and go, and I don't know how much I want to say of, like, what I did. It was basically like I can't call it a treatment, but I was doing a demonstration of a therapeutic device, let's say, on her in, like, the back room. And she was really funny. She's cracking jokes. Like, it was a good interaction. We're laughing the whole time. And then she was just like, boom, bought it. Full price. Didn't ask for any kind of discount. Didn't, like, say she's going to think about it and come back. Like, and then she came back and bought it again for her son. She bought another one for her son. Like, it was just so easy. And she was just so, everything just flowed. And she was so, like, I would love to just hang out with her. Like, she was just so, and bask in her positivity. So your ideal customer personifies your core values. Most likely, you really need your team to be connected to the core values, but that's most likely true. I don't want to say absolutely yes, because in my case, yes. I'm just not positive if that would hold true in all businesses. I think Ed already left, but hey, Lexus. But if anyone else is here, Ed, are you paying attention? Ed, would you say that for your core values for your business? No, he's not. He's in and out. He's playing with the revolving door. Or are you ghosting? Just tell me. Okay. You give relationship advice? I do, Swindle Smoker. What's up? Dan is his own favorite customer. Okay. Interesting. Can you hear the story? You're Michael. You're back. Hi, Michael. Welcome back. You're here, Ed. Okay. So Amanda just asked a good question. She said, would you say that your target client personifies your core values? Actually, I'm going to answer this myself. I would say not necessarily. Maybe. I don't know that always. That would be true, though. Okay, Alexis. I'm glad you got some sleep last night, and I'll see you later, Queen Frank. Love you. So let me just say what my ideal client is. Just joined. Quick recap, please. What are we discussing right now? Right now, we're talking target clients. You like my chair? Thanks. It's great when they do. Not necessarily it's great when they do. Yeah, so let me, give an example. So for me, for example, right now, my best clients and for me, the easiest clients to work with are men in their 30s to 40s, which is interesting because Femme Yoga is called Femme Yoga, and we didn't start with that target client in mind. But our core values are how we interact with the public, competition, etc. Thank you, Mad Dog, but I think I'm going to have to block you if you don't stop. And internally. My chair is sexy? What? Is that not translating right? Is he talking about my butt? Have I ever heard of femdom? I have heard of femdom. I actually heard about femdom because of a cam girl on Periscope. We're just going to keep talking about that today. I'm loving it. Okay. So, your target client is your demographic of the best client for your business. And that's not necessarily has anything to do with the core values. They might also value the same things, but it's like you want to kind of know, who's the biggest, how can you keep your business sustainable? So in some cases, you need to pay attention to who your ideal client actually is. Gains your goal client against, I think I missed some of that. That chair is the opposite of sexy. I know, I kind of hate this chair. I don't think it's leather. It's like pleather. It's definitely not leather. I know that for a fact. It's just plastic, I think. You're going to do gender reassignment just to troll me? Dan? Good one, Dan, right? Well, yeah, because, we have Sarah, and Sarah is, she's not a man in her 30s to 40s, but I had to view her basically as an outlier. I had to look at, my best clients, the people who are the easiest to work with, what do they all have in common? And some of them aren't, there's, Nick and Lou. It doesn't have to be, the top supporters. Pleather? I don't even know that it's pleather. Is it pretending to be leather? Then I guess it is pleather. Yeah, I mind, Michael. Don't touch me. You said you began with one... There's no room on this chair for someone else. You said you began with one ideal client in mind, but found that's where you pay attention to who they actually are. Well, it just changed because I used to be just selling yoga. Like, I was just doing private yoga sessions. So I was targeting women. I still don't do private yoga sessions with men. So it's like, if that's all I did still, it wouldn't have changed. My target wouldn't have changed. But because what I do changed and what my service and product actually is changed, my ideal customer and client changed. Michael, what the hell? Do I prefer drugs or hugs? That is a really tough question, actually. Because I like hugging girls. Truth, I actually kneeled on the floor. Yeah, it was like right here. Oh, that was so fun. Okay, so American, that's true too, even though there are non-American sponsors. And even in general, like, because of the conversion rate, because of conversions, there's some money lost in international, connect, like, whether I'm paying international content creators, which I do, or if international sponsors are paying me, there's a little bit of more of a loss there between their money and our business. And it's not like either of our fault. There's nothing wrong with those people, of course. There's nothing wrong with people who aren't men in their 30s to 40s. It's just that those are the best client for our business. They seem to appreciate what we're offering here more than anybody else. They find the most value in it, and that's who we're going to continue driving value for. That for sure, narrowing down your potential client portfolio. Axel, are you even listening? I just said men in their 30s to 40s, and you're saying, what, only girls? Are you talking about back when Femme Yoga first started? Yes, only girls back then. But we're here now. We're in the present moment, okay? You're 12? Ew, come on. Get out of here. Can somebody block him? I can't actually reach block. Wait, what was that button? Is this block? What? I didn't know that was the block button. Oh, that's so easy. Wait, it said I ignored them. I don't know if that banned them from the channel. Can you guys please ban them? Thank you. Sonam's on now? Yes, she's going to be on my channel in 6.5 hours. You're referring to hugs. Oh, only girls for hugs. Yeah, that's a marital decision that me and my husband came to. We try, I mean, it happens. Like, one of our friends was just here the other day and she hugged him and I didn't, care. But it's just rule of thumb. We can shake hands, could do a little fist pound. That's about the extent that I want to be touching most men. Thanks. Oh, and also my target client appreciates having interaction with me personally. As my content creators grow, it'll mainly just be they like to have private access to whether it be me or other content creators that we bring on. Hi, Steph! Or you can cheers, exactly. Men in their 30s to 40s could also gift your services to their spouses, wives, mothers, daughters. Actually, that happened. One guy won a book, and he gave it to his daughter. Hi, Jan. I'm good. How are you? Oh, my God, I'm going to miss so many comments. My husband isn't allowed to hug other girls. I mean, we do side hugs, but also my husband doesn't even ever talk to other girls. Not because he can't, but just because he doesn't. You let me down. You're such a tool. It's okay, Michael. Relax, relax. Hey, AV Money. Is this your first broadcast of mine? Ah! Hi, John. Besides their own personal interaction, work, oh, I think I missed that. I can't remember, unfortunately, what the transition was at the beginning for you to where it's at now. I was just talking about that, Ryan. Is this a bot? Yes, you are. Goodbye. Can we be friends? I don't know, Michael. I'm thinking probably no. Welcome, AV. We have a first-timer. Any other first-timers in the broadcast? First-timers to the channel? Welcome, welcome. I'm Taylor. This is Femme Yoga. We're live at least 3 hours every single day. And we'll be back later today at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for trivia with my British friend, Sonam108. Can I tell Steph to unblock you? Does she have you blocked, Swagger? Do you have Swagger blocked, Steph? Whoa, Swindle. Why did you ban him? He only said I'm 12. His username and him being 12 is not acceptable. Okay, Michael, you go now. I'm going to make sure you go now. Okay, bye. Bye. No respect. No respect. That's why that guy got blocked. Okay? So just be respectful. I understand the first time if you're like, whoa, hot mama. And then it's like, yo, no, married, chill out. And then you stop, we're good. But if you don't stop, we're not good. You're gone. Bye. Whoa, hot mama. Okay. So that's your ideal client. I've heard this called your avatar. So you basically think of your favorite customer and then build, like, figure out what qualities of them that you love so much, and then you want to target those people. 12-year-olds not allowed. Not on Periscope. I don't know what the TOS is for Twitch. Yeah, Amanda, he was over on Twitch. Bye, Felicia. Yeah. Bye. What's woe? I just don't want you thinking about anything to do with what me or my husband might be into behind closed doors. Thank you, Zen. What business is this exactly? This channel is our main service. We use positivity and truth every single day to help you reach your health, wealth, and relationship goals. Right now we're doing a wealth scope. We're talking about owning your own business, running your own business, and if you're already running your own business, how to connect with your core, make sure everything's a really, really strong foundation so that you can grow, and then there's going to be other tips later also. So I should probably get to talking because we've been here for an hour and 16 minutes already. We'll just cut yoga a little short later. Took me 10 minutes to find the emoji combo. What is that, Firehead? Fire brain? No, not brain. Don't send heart eye emojis to me. What is that? Oh, hot mama. Okay. Hi, Deb. All right, I think I answered all the comments. So we talked about core values, core focus, niche, 10-year target, ideal client, and then we'll talk about your process. Yeah, hot mama, I gotta know. My opinion, people need to stop asking other viewers and other people's scopes to unblock them. Femtoka Trail. I just can't tell when Swigger's trolling or not. Like, I was thinking he might have been saying that and she didn't have him blocked. So I was just checking. Okay. All right, Amanda. I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the really, really, really good questions and feedback. I'd love to hear more about what you're working on. We haven't talked in a while. We were emailing for a little while there. Was it email? We were talking back and forth somewhere, and we haven't done that in a while, so I'd love to reconnect. Oh, thanks for sharing this out on Twitter. You and Steph follow me for awesome music. Timestamped. Thank you. Oh, so that you know where to pick up. That's really smart. Oh my God. When you leave a broadcast, if you timestamp it, you'll know right where you left off and you can pick right back up there. Holy crap, Amanda's a genius. All hail. That might be the comment of the broadcast because that was awesome. All right, I worship you. Now, back to the system. Thank you. Amanda, you sent me, what did you send me? The selfie stick? No, the selfie stick was Katie. Didn't you send me something? Like a light or something? I can't remember. Okay, so your process. Now, in your business, you have a process that you go through to bring the client what they need. So for me, our core focus is health, wealth, and relationship goals, and that really is our process. That's our positivity program. That's what I'm calling it. Fem Yoga's proven positivity program, proven by the results of my own life. And primarily that's through using positivity and truth and sustainability and growth, which are the core values, to achieve the program. So we have health, wealth, relationships. That's pretty much what I did, like step 1, health. And then I actually wrote it out. So you want like a few different bullet points under each of your steps of your process. So this is basically the process right here. I've never made this before. This was huge for me. Figuring out what is your proven system, your proven process, your proven program that makes your business work, that your customers benefit from. And how can you sum it up really, really simply so that you can just show this to them and it will be really clear to them what you do. Rather than, oh, well, you know, I do ASMR videos. You know what that is? Oh, yeah, it's autonomous sensory meridian response. It's like whispers and this. And I also do yoga, and then I read books. And, like, some books are for self-development, and some books are for business development. And then I also have these other people come on. They do trivia. We do cooking. We do drawing. We do walk scopes. We do travel. It's like, what in the hell? What does this girl even do? So now I have Fem Yoga's Positivity Program. I'm going to get this on the website in the next couple of weeks for sure. And I put them in that order, just like I always say them, health, wealth, and relationships. How did I actually figure that out at first? I just tried to figure out what I wanted to do, honestly. I used to want to kill myself, right? And I was broke, I was not healthy, and I had really, really, really weak, poor relationships to the point where I wanted to die and kill myself. So those three things I got under control, and I figured out and learned so ungodly much about them. I don't mean to say ungodly if you're religious, I'm just saying it was a lot. And I wanted to teach other people how to not have to deal with the crap that I had to deal with, and realize that there's a lot more to life than the crappy little existence that you've been living, because that's where I was too. And there's a big world out here of positivity, and it starts inside. So you don't even have to go anywhere to realize that everything you need is in there. But step one, health. You might not have the energy to find your inner positivity because you're eating and drinking so much crap that your body is just slow, you feel sluggish, you can't think clearly, you're stressed out all the time, you have digestive issues. Hi, Ryan. A lot more to life. Oh, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate that. I think we've met before, right? Have we? Certified life coach. Hi. Abundance of money come with a change in mindset. You're missing the S on comes. I don't know if you heard me say that, but it just says come instead of the S at the end. I don't think I have met you. Have I met you? What the heck? I'm following you. Oh. I'm going to crash the scope. Understood. Sorry if I missed any comments. Yeah, I don't think so either. Hi, I'm Taylor. Isn't it crazy? How long have you been on the platform? I see you have like 100 replays. Isn't it weird how long you can be on the platform and just meet people somehow? You're like, how have I never seen this person? We got to get better discoverability on this app. You hear me, Periscope? Talking to you. Kayvon. I drew a picture of you yesterday. Let's get the discoverability up. I'm going to definitely get banned. Okay. Step one is health. I personally believe you can't have good relationships and good wealth if you aren't going to focus on your health. And maybe you could, but like Steve Jobs said, you don't want to be the richest man in the graveyard. Ryan used to do train scopes. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I see that he's doing some life coaching stuff, which is definitely in my interests, so I'll have to check it out. Health. Health is all you have. You could be a billionaire, but be 500 pounds, alone, dying. What good is that $1 billion really going to do for you? So health is primary. Health is the foundational. Before anything else, you have to get your health in check. Make sure you're getting good sleep. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Make sure you're eating a lot of vegetables. Make sure you're moving your body. Boom. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's not rocket science to be healthy. There's a lot of science in regards to, medication, treatments, and foods, nutrition. But for me, personally, I would say if you get those 4 things figured out, sleep, water, food, vegetables in particular, just eat more vegetables. Focus on eating more vegetables. Don't even worry about eliminating stuff. Just add in vegetables every single day. And that's just going to help you to start cutting away at those other things. How many hours of sleep do you recommend? That's a great question, Red Fox. Did I say what the 4th thing was? Food, and then move your body. So I do yoga. Whatever you do, it's good. Don't hurt yourself. You're good. Move your body. Don't be sedentary. Don't sit too much like I do. I try to move more, but we're getting warmer weather, so we'll get out there today. Good morning, Lucas. How are you? How many hours of sleep do I recommend? Good question, Red Fox. I personally like to get 8 hours of sleep. 9 hours if I've had like a stressful day or maybe ate a lot of junk food or something like that. Everyone's different. So they've done studies that have linked the amount of sleep that you need to genetics. So you're genetically predisposed to the amount of sleep. Genetics. You see my genetics? You're genetically predisposed to the amount of sleep that you need. And rumor has it, I don't know how true or provable this is, that Albert Einstein slept something like 11 hours, or was it 13 hours a night? And that Margaret Thatcher slept 4 hours a night. And that was all that she needed to feel perfectly fine. And she was like, that's all I need. I only needed 4 hours. I'm good. And then for him, it was like 8 hours was not even close to enough. He needed a few more hours. And who knows why that might be, and how that expresses itself and where you're at. But you can kind of tell, like, do you feel energized, refreshed, ready to go when you wake up? Not when you first wake up. No one feels that when they first wake up. Ed, get out of here. This isn't a silent scope. I'm going to fight you on this. You had to fix your profile. Yay, you're welcome. 99% of people need 7 hours. There's a small percentage of people that need less. Probably at least 7. I've heard people say 6. I would err on the side of at least 6 for most people. Who lived longer, Einstein or Thatcher? That's a good question. Do you know what Margaret Thatcher died of? I don't know what Einstein died of either. Hi, Frankie. Donald Trump only sleeps a few hours a day. Interesting. Very interesting. That's pretty common for entrepreneurs. Holy crap, I'm running 4 YouTube videos while we do this broadcast. Can't believe we didn't crash. Hi, Siniera. Let's see now. We want Margaret Thatcher and Albert Einstein. So Margaret, Einstein, it's not going to tell me the age. Hang on, got to do maths. Where are we? He was born in 1879? Holy crap. Okay, he was 76. Lack of sleep has been linked to lots of diseases, actually. Yes. 76. Margaret Thatcher just died in 2013. I didn't know that. What did I say? 76? Yeah, 76. And she was 88. She was 88 years old, you guys. You can tell me what she died of, but she died from being 88. If I live to be 88 on 4 hours of sleep, I'm happy. You can tell me that it's causing all sorts of disease, or you can tell me... Are you sure, Ryan? Because I tried that the other day, and they said that Kieran said he didn't like it because there's too much spacebar. I've been lurking, but interesting content so far and sound advice. I should really follow more. Thanks, Siniera. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Lack of sleep. Lack of sleep definitely is not good for driving, for sure. But what did she die of? Oh, I don't know. I didn't look that up. Hi, Richie. Thanks for inviting your followers and sharing this out on Twitter. We are talking about Femme Yoga's positivity program, and step 1 is definitely health. That's physical and mental. Personally, I don't really believe in like a soul or spirit, like per se. I don't teach like spiritual health and that kind of stuff. We're not into that here on this channel. Some of my content creators may be very spiritual, I'm not sure. But as far as our program here, we really focus on physical, mental health. And mental health goes into emotional health as well. Then we come to step 2. This is what I think you should focus on next. Then you're awake for only 20 to 30 years. Don't you mean asleep 20 to 30 years? Thank you for the super hearts, Ed. Let's check that math. Okay. Red Fox, let's check it. So if you sleep 8 hours a night, 365 days a year, that's 2,920 hours a year. And that's... Oh, wait, you just want to know over how many years. So let's say you did that for 70 years. 204,400 divided by... How many hours? Wait, what am I doing? Hours. Divided by... What am I saying? Hours? Divided by 24. Because that gives us 8,516 days. Divided by 365. Yeah, 23 years. 24. 23.3 repeating, Alex. Alex, did you go to your meeting? Freaking crap. Coming in here, checking my math. Oh, thanks, Radical Man. This is a Logitech C920. And as far as the microphone, it's a Blue Yeti. 23 years of sleep. Interesting. It makes sense because you do spend a third of the day sleeping. A third. Who needs sleep? I do. Your meeting ended early. Yes! What's ironic is people think that if they sleep less, they'll have more time to be awake. That is true. That means life is shorter than we think. And don't panic. It's not any shorter. We knew that we slept 8 hours a night. We knew this. This is not news. We knew we were sleeping a third of our life away. This is not news, you guys. It's just like, we don't think about it a lot. If you sleep less, it takes time off your life being healthy. I mean, Margaret Thatcher was 88. We just looked that up. I'm going to only sleep 4 hours. Holy crap, I can't deal with you. Step 2 is wealth. So then you focus on getting your wealth sorted out. Get out of debt, build up some savings, get a surplus, get some good income, maybe start your own and run your own business. So I have 2 different people that I help with wealth goals. Entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs. So most people know what an entrepreneur is, but just in case you don't, that's someone who runs their own business. They own their own company. An intrapreneur is someone who is more like, Zen, are you still over on Twitch? If you got that, I appreciate it. Thank you. An intrapreneur is someone who works for somebody else, but they have that entrepreneurial spirit. They just don't want to run their own business for whatever reason. Maybe they don't have quite all the skill set that they need or the time. Maybe they're parents of young kids and they just don't have time to be, really devoting to full-time running a business. So instead, they're intrapreneurs. They're innovative, creative leaders inside of a business. And that could be you. You could be like a creative thinker, which is basically what an entrepreneur is, but you solve problems inter-organizationally. So it's not your business, but you take a lot of ownership in that business metaphorically, and you treat it like it is your business, and you like it's like your baby, and you work really hard at it. So I help people who are like that, people who really want to be thinkers and use their intelligence, use their minds to generate income. Whether it's on your own business or working for somebody else, that's the experience that I have. I'm working on getting more in education and investment experience and knowledge so that we can really add that on too for investors, people who are almost beyond the entrepreneurial level. But for me, I really want to just focus on the core lessons that I'm really, really strong at and really confident in what I'm teaching. So we have wealth for entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs. And then lastly, we'll focus on relationships. That's step 3. Now, relationships are everywhere. So when we're talking about health, we're going to be touching on relationships. When we're talking about wealth, we're going to touch on relationships. And I just kind of outlined the 5 different types of relationships that we work on, which are pretty much all the relationships you have as far as I can think of. I mean, I didn't put enemies on here, but they could be in one of these other categories. So the first relationship is your relationship with yourself. So many people have that negative self-talk. They undervalue themselves. They look in the mirror, they don't like what they see. They don't like their voice, their face. I mean, it's just like their relationship with their self is crappy. They would never, if they were to say the things that they say about themselves, about somebody else, it would be hate speech. I mean, they would get shut down. Like, they would be viewed as the most despicable human ever. But when we do it to ourselves, it's fine. Totally fine. Our enemies are our most important relationship. Get out of here with that. I'm just blocking the bot. I don't mean I'm blocking the comment, but... Okay. Oh, thanks, Dove. I appreciate that. I'll talk to you later. Are flashlights still a thing with mobile phones? Yes. You want to sell flashlights online? Dan. Okay, Dan's still here. Thank you for wielding your sword responsibly on Twitch. Thanks, guys. So that's the first thing. You really have to work on yourself. And I actually am pretty unique in my teachings of selfishness and the way that I view selfishness. So Ayn Rand wrote this book, The Virtue of Selfishness. What this is actually a collection of essays from her and her lover, Nathaniel Branden. Oh yeah, Red Fox, those are bots. Those are repeater robots. So what you want to do actually as a viewer, you can block them if you want, but make sure you report their comment as spam. Report all bots' comments on Periscope as spam. And that's going to help them to clean it up quicker because they get all the reports for spam rather than just like you blocked somebody. Dan asked that. I can help him with that. Oh, Dan, if you want to sell flashlights online, Ryan can help you. Lotboy 101. You really want to read this? Yeah, Anthony's just, I think he might, no, Anthony finished this. Anthony just read this not that long ago on my recommendation. He liked it a lot. So what this talks about is objectivist ethics, objective moral ethics. And what that basically means is that everyone universally in the world would have the same ethics system. And the only rule that she really defines is that you use your brain. You use reason, logic, intelligence, intellect as much as you can. Of course, you're not going to know everything. You're going to make mistakes. You might even spread bad information for a while before you realize the information's bad. I mean, nobody's perfect, but if you are spreading something untrue, you would have to take some onus and be like, okay, that was my bad. I thought that was true. It ended up not being true. And you would have some responsibility to that. So objectivist ethics is basically just using reason. And that using reason is the highest moral calling for all humans. And that if we refuse to use our minds and think things through and we just act based on emotion or instinct, then we're basically not even humans. And that if we pursue our own desires and goals using reason, that is moral. And that selfishness, therefore, is virtuous, because by taking care of yourself and being independent, you learn how to do those things, and you can teach others as well as help them if they're struggling. So if someone else decides not to generate income, instead they want to plant flowers and they don't make as much money, but they volunteer to watch your kids all the time, and they're really like this great caregiver, but they're not really a great income earner. Well, there you go. You generated income. Now you can support them with your, and just like they supported you, maybe you weren't a great caregiver or a great parent, and they can help you. And it's like, you know, there's no reason that selfishness has to be at anyone else's expense, for sure. But that it's important to be selfish. Our society has gone way too far in the wrong direction, making you think that it's bad to want things. Like how many people criticize me in this channel for wanting to make income, for wanting to get paid for my work, for wanting to one day make $1 million. I mean, it's viewed as like, oh, that's so greedy. It's like, I'm not trying to steal $1 million. Everyone on this list voluntarily gave this money. That's the only way that I want to get it. I want people to contribute only if they really want to. And that's how I always want to earn my income, because I want to use my brain it's a challenge to me to use my brain to solve a problem that people are willing to pay for. And then to have their brains say, ooh, yes, this is helpful. I find value in this. I'm going to use some of my money, which is your stored labor, your work, to support this as well. People confuse greed with ambition, maybe. Some people say you can't be Christian if you're successful. Well, Christians are very, thank you, Ed, very altruistic. Christians are very much about like, if someone slaps you, turn the other cheek. Rather than defend yourself. If someone is in need and you don't help them, that you're a bad person. That could be true. If I see someone on the side of the road collapsed and I just decide to ignore them and walk by and there's no one else around, I would say, yeah, that's pretty much being a bad person, because all I had to do was walk a few more steps and go over and say, hey, are you okay? As long as I'm prepared to defend myself in case it's some kind of weird trap or something. But, you're trying to use an example. Let's say like roadkill or some animal that's probably not setting you up in a trap. You want to be helpful when you can be. But as far as charity, like the church saying that you should give 10% of your money to them, first of all, it doesn't take a rocket science. Use reason, guys. Let's use reason as to why they would tell you that God wants you to do that. God wants you to give your money to me. Does that seem like a little bit questionable to you at all? I used to be a huge Christian. Ryan, I'm glad you asked. He said, is there such thing as too Christian? I was an evangelical born-again Christian. It was my full-time love, I worked, but like my passion, my hobby, my interest, mainly outside of work, was to convert people to Christianity. Yeah, that's way hardcore. I've come far from that now, and I am now an agnostic, and I completely reject Christianity as having anything to do with God or any higher calling other than manipulation, power, and control. There are some good lessons and messages in the Bible, but you could find them elsewhere. Oh my God, Red Fox, we have to talk. He says, I believe what the Bible says, but many pastors have turned churches into businesses that's become corrupt. No, Red Fox, no, that's wrong. You guys will notice this is a hot button topic for me, so let me just take a sip of water. Now, Red Fox, don't run away unless you want to. This is a free space. You don't have to stay. But just know that if I do get passionate and kind of riled up about this, it's because I was deceived by the Christian church for most of my life, and I'm very upset about that. So what you're sensing isn't upset. I'm not upset at you, but at the same time, I do want to be clear that I'm going to hold you to the same objective values that I hold everyone to, and I'm going to ask you to use reason. I'm going to ask you to think and use your brain to decide whether you think what is in the Bible is true. And then I'm going to ask you to flip your Bible open to Exodus chapter crap. I think it's chapter, let me look it up. Exodus 21, verses 20 to 21. I'll read it with you in case you don't have your Bible handy. This is so funny how many of my broadcasts become this. If a man strikes his male or female slave with a rod and he dies at his hand, he shall be punished. So that's good. If you murder your slave, that's bad. Okay, all right, well that's good. We want we want God to not like murder. This is good. I agree with this. If, however, he survives a day or two, no vengeance shall be taken, for he is his property. And some translations say basically as long as the slave gets up after 2 days, then you're good. Basically, as long as the slave survives, there's no penalty because that slave, that human slave, is your property. Now, this is the words of Moses, who wrote the first 5 books of the Bible, and he is saying that God said this. Okay, so regardless of if you think Jesus, took away the sins of the world or whatever, you are believing that before Jesus came around, God believed that human slaves should be treated as property. Zen, you too. Zen says the Bible is for an older time. No. No. We have to view it as if we were the people they were writing to. Why would they write this? Because it's not the word of God, because it's the word of man. You guys have to wake up and see the reality. There's no way God would write that. If God is even a thing, I'm not saying that there even is a God, but if you really believe in this loving, compassionate God that really cares about human life but doesn't get involved at all, you really think he would say that? To say it's for an older time is just not an argument. I'm sorry, Ed. Okay. Ooh, sorry, guys. Yeah, so I was reading the Bible and I couldn't read the Twitch comments, but now I'm reading. Hi, Alex. I was reading the Bible. Jewish scholars believe Moses was high on DMT, as the acacia bush, burning bush, is DMT rich. That's really, really funny. Okay. I have a feeling we're on the dark side of Twitch. I banned lots on Twitch, yeah. Who gives 10% to the church? Should give at least 33% to keep Jesus happy. I believe in God, but I feel like people twist the Bible to their own benefit. You believe in the Christian God as written in the Christian Bible, even after what I just told you? I mean, it's in there. Go get your Bible right now. Today could be the day that you realize that you've been living a lie for who knows how many years. It was liberating to me. I cried. I had a really hard time accepting it. It didn't happen immediately. But holy hell, it's probably not the right term to use during this conversation, is my life much better off for it. It is a huge water bottle, I know. I live in France. Christianism is our main religion, but never heard of anyone giving 10% over here. They encourage to give what you can to support a church, but never anything you cannot do without or need. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. I can't say anything about French Christians, but I do know in the church they say to give a tithe, which I believe, does it say 10% in the, I'm looking over here like I'm going to see a Bible on my bookshelf. Okay. Let's look that up. Bible verses about tithing. Yes, I do, but I'm not brainwashed. So many so-called Christians are. For example, I donate to causes, not churches. Okay, but you potentially are brainwashed, right? Because you believe in the God. It's one thing to believe that we have an intelligent creator that we don't understand. I don't personally know if that's true or not. I don't really have any reason to think yes or no. But, yeah, I know. Yeah, I've heard that about the Catholic Church. But if you are saying that you believe in the God of the Judeo-Christian Bible, you very potentially are brainwashed. There are over 300 religions. Will the real God please stand up? I don't believe in what it says in edict in the Bible or a vengeful God as outlined in the Bible. So Zen, are you saying that you believe that there's a higher power, but you don't think it's the God from the Christian Bible or Judeo? Because it's the Jewish Bible is the same thing. It's just the first 5 books of the Christian Bible, or actually the whole Old Testament. Did Jewish people really use the whole Old Testament or just the Torah? If they use just the Torah, that's even worse, because that's just the books written by Moses, the guy that I just quoted about slaves. The same one who said that women are unclean because they have their periods. The same one who said, like, you can't eat certain meats and, they're unclean, and that men and men can't be together because God will kill them. Okay. 20 Bible verses on the significance of tithing. echurch.com. Do I believe in Jesus? Do I believe that the human Jesus existed? That's a pretty good question, Jay Wesley. I don't know. It's really, really tough to say. Maybe. There might have been a guy named Jesus that said some stuff. Yeah, there may have been. The Father, Yahweh, Allah, yeah. We all also have to look at the time and human understanding at the time. JTAG, I have studied this probably more than anyone in this room, so I'm willing to say that I've done that, and I still stand by what I'm saying. And what's your argument against what I'm saying? I believe in God. Forget the Bible. I think there's a higher power. Boom, Zen! Thank you. It takes people so much to say that, to say, forget the Bible, to say, like, it's not about what's written there. Because if that's where you're taking your proof that God exists because the Bible said it, hun, come on. Hey, Dave. Yes, I'm a yoga teacher, William. I'm a certified Hatha yoga teacher. Okay, so there's 20 Bible verses about tithing. No, I don't want your ebook about church technology. Okay. Yes, right here. Yep. Genesis 14. Genesis 14. That Christian ideology, the higher power is the matrix. We might be in a test tube. That Christian ideology has massively benefited humanity as a whole. JTAG, I'm going to need you to prove that. Hey, I respect your opinion, but I believe God exists. I just believe that people wrote their own Bible. Okay, so you believe in a higher power, but you know that the Bible is not the word of God. You know that it's the word of guys. Men, exclusively men. Remember, women didn't get a voice in the Bible either. If you want me to defend the Bible, I don't. You can't. Who can? You could try, but I'm going to continue to come against it. And if you have a really good argument, I'm open to someone showing me something I don't see, but this is what happens every single time I bring it up. No one has a single explanation for any of this. Okay. Then Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. He was priest of God Most High. Now remember, the priests got all of the best of everything. You were supposed to give God the best of your harvest, the best of your livestock, the tastiest of your sweets. Who do you think got that stuff? The priests, you guys, the priests families. Use reason. Don't be brainwashed. You believe in Jesus and God, Red Fox, but why? That's what I'm asking you. Why do you believe in that? Now that we know the Bible is a farce and not the Word of God, what evidence do you have that any of that exists? JTag, if you can't present the argument and you're trying to send me to someone else who might have a good argument, that means that you don't understand your own argument. People do that. They're like, oh, well, go listen, like flat earthers. They're like, well, listen to this TED talk about it. I'm like, if you don't know why you believe what you believe in, then you don't believe in it. If God loved me, he would give me the best of my labor. He would give me the best. I'm on Twitch and Periscope. Thanks, Zen. Yeah, I see that. I'm reading the Bible, so I can't see Twitch right now. So anyway, priest of God Most High. And he blessed Abram, saying, Abraham, before he was Abraham, when he was Abram, Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and praise be to God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand. Then Abram gave him a tenth of everything. Wait, that doesn't say give him. I might have skipped. Did I skip? No. That just says he gave him a tenth of everything. It doesn't say that he was commanded to. Let me just look for the word tenth. Then Abram gave him a tenth of everything. Well, that's random. I don't know why he did that. Hi, Steve. How are you? If God be with me and keep me in the way, blah, 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 that I may come again to my father's house, the Lord shall be my God, shall be God's house, and of all that you give me, I will give a full tenth to you. How can you judge if what are you believing in is the right thing? You could use reason. If you look at each story as a story, it's a giant book of how to interact as a decent human. JTag, I've read the Bible. You can't lie to me like that. The Bible is not about how to act like a decent human. The Bible is mainly about how to worship God in a way that he likes. Guys, have you even read the Bible? Are you really going to tell me that the Bible is about how to be a decent human? Half of the first majority, I don't know if it's the majority, but the first chunk of the Old Testament is the history of man, where man came from, the history of God, the history of the Jewish people. Then you get to a bunch of prophets. These are people talking about the future and how Jesus might come, or what do they call him? Not Ezekiel. Is it Ezekiel? I forget what they call him. You know, the Savior is going to come. Hey, Stuart, how are you? And then there's some other section in there. There's like Psalms, Proverbs. Proverbs has some useful advice in it. In the whole Old Testament, I'll give Proverbs a little bit of love. Psalms is nice. Psalms has like some nice love songs, and it's very artistic and poetic, for sure. I mean, like I said, there's some decent stuff in the Bible. But the Bible is not about how to be a decent human. Absolutely not. The entire New Testament is about Jesus. The first 4 books are just about his life and what he did. And then the rest of it is trying to convince you why you need to Jesus to save you from hell, and how to worship Jesus and God in a way that they like. Not at all about how to be a decent human. That's a complete lie. Okay, here we go. The tithe is introduced as law in Leviticus. I'm not happy with that. It looks like they were giving 10%, but it's not super clear about how you have to do that. I mean, I'm not even going to use that as an argument. There is some useful information there, but most of it is to scare you to behave. Zen, yes! Oh my god. I am agnostic, but I do believe God and the devil exist, but simply as representation of the human soul within each other. Every day people do amazing and positive things and do the worst to each other. I can definitely agree with that, too. I've had people trying to shame me into tithing because they notice that I don't tithe. Yeah, see, Red Fox? Do you see what I'm saying? In my church, you could only be a member. Like, okay, it was one of those mega churches. There was rules to being a member of the church. Not just that you showed up every weekend like most churches. No, you also had to... I don't have my light on here. What am I knocking over? Okay. That's like saying the Bhagavad Gita has 0 value. It has minimal value as well. Where was I? What was I saying? Okay, well, we don't need to talk about the Bible anymore. I think we get it. I don't believe in it. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember where I was going. If you guys want to remind me, I'll go back to it. So we're talking about relationships. We're talking about relationships with ourselves. We're talking about romantic relationships. So whether you're monogamous or not. Yes. Oh my God, Ed, I love that so much. Can we start that church? I'm in. Jesus did a lot of useful things probably, but they're missing from the Bible. The rules about the megachurch. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so you had to, I don't know if I assume attendance was part of it. I don't really remember. But you also had to tithe. You had to commit to tithing 10% of your income to the church. And you had to join a small group. So you had to actually not only go to church on the weekend, but you also had to go to a small group. So that means like a Bible study where you had to go there once a week where you guys all study the Bible together. Everyone in the church had to be in those, so there was like certain people that headed them up. Totally, no one gets paid for any of that. That's all just volunteer work for everyone. Co-founder? Okay. I was thinking you said like Vice, and I was like, no, not Vice, no, Co. We've already talked about creating a religion before, but it was supposed to be the religion of reason. Trying to think if there was any other. Oh, and you had to volunteer. You also had to volunteer in the church. So whether you like helped with collecting the tithes, or you helped with like the projectors or the sound, or you were in the worship group, or for me I did the youth ministry, which means I was there another day a week. So I was like doing 3 days a week of church stuff. I see belief through attendance. How medieval. Let's do it. Reason and logic is going to be a part of it. Okay. Oh my God, Red Fox, you're going to get kicked out of the Christian church for saying that. A friend of mine got kicked out because she couldn't do that because of work. Yeah. So the religion of Keck, praise Keck. Yeah, because of what ended up happening is I moved in with my husband. Before he was my husband, he was my fiance. We were engaged. We were due to be married in about 2 months. We moved in together, and my membership was removed, even though nowhere in the entire Bible does it say a single thing about premarital sex. There's nothing in the Bible about not having sex before marriage. Did you guys know that? That's a completely BS, made-up thing of the modern-day church. I don't know who made it up first or where the origins are, but I can guarantee you that it is not in there. And you can look for it and tell me, but it's not in there. So they took my membership away for me doing something that's not even against Christianity. And then, not only that, I was working with some young girls, like in middle school age, who were from a very low-income area. They were not, like, their parents weren't bringing them to church. They were getting, like, there was, like, a pastor in that area that would take a bus and pick them all up from their houses. These people lived in complete chaos, complete poverty. And but it doesn't matter even if we were having sex, which we were. I mean, I'll be honest. But that's not against the rules, you guys. That's a man-made. If they would have had to say, they wouldn't say it. They would have had to say, our church does not allow this. Our church doesn't allow premarital sex. It has nothing to do with Christianity or the Bible, because it doesn't. If you look through there, go look. Control F it. I mean, the internet makes it real easy to look it up. Just look for the word sex anywhere that you can find it. And all you'll find is sexual immorality, the word sexual immorality, which is defined in the Old Testament as, this isn't fresh in my mind, but I think there's like 5 different forms of sexual immorality defined in the Bible, none of which are premarital sex. Yeah. Yes, I was a virgin when we met. No. I mean, when we got married. So, there's homosexuality, which I think most modern-day Christians actually don't even really think is a sin anymore. You'd get kicked out. I know, you're going to get kicked out if you have sex. It's man-made for sure. It's about church guilt and control. Yes, so homosexuality, incest, you can have sex with your family members. Infidelity, so like cheating wasn't allowed. Was that it? Oh, sex with animals, also bad. Bestiality. There might have been one other thing that's not coming to me right now. But definitely it's not premarital sex. JTAG, I hear you, but I have no interest in that. Not even 0.01% interest in watching a talk about the Bible. I know about the Bible. I've read it. I don't need to hear what Jordan Peterson thinks about it. I really don't. I really, really don't. Trust me, one of my favorite philosophers, Stephen Molyneux, author of this book, The Art of the Argument, one of my favorite books, one of my favorite people, he's very, very pro-Christian, and I think he's absolutely insane for thinking that. Like, we should talk. Me and Stefan I should do a call-in on his show and stream myself doing it, and we can just fight. Oh my God, that'd be awesome. The Christian atheist, well, that's not a thing. Sex with kitchen appliances. Adrenaline, what are you saying? I have a clean persona about me? Oh my God. I didn't think I was a virgin, he knows I'm married. I'd never have incest or have sex with animals, even if the Bible said it was okay. Exactly. If it said that it was holy and God wanted you to do it, would you do it then? No. Oh, thanks, hipster. Your name is also sassy. So yeah, it doesn't say anything about that. So, not only did they remove my membership from the church, which meant that I could no longer volunteer, they went to all of the parents. The youth pastor actually drove himself to each of the houses of the girls that I mentored, because I continued mentoring them on my own time. First of all, it was already on my own time. What the hell do I care if it's at the church or if I have to drive to each of their houses and pick them up and take them to Applebee's or some crap? Like, the purest person. Oh my God. Like, that doesn't bother me if I have to, I had to spend money, actually. I was, like, taking them out to eat, and we would all just connect and chat about what was going on in their lives, and trust me, I was a hugely positive influence on their lives. Their moms, few of them had dads. Their moms, mostly, they'd have tons of kids. They had way more kids than should have been in one house. The house would smell. They were smoking cigarettes inside, probably drinking. Who knows what kind of drugs they were into. You could tell that, the clothes were always dirty. The food, they were always hungry. They always wanted food. They were always like, oh, I haven't eaten. Like, my influence on them was massively positive, and every single one of their parents knew it. Yet, this youth pastor, upon realizing that I was moved in with my fiance, never asked me about sex. I never said anything about it. I wouldn't have lied if I had been asked about it, but that's the other thing. They were kicking me out for living with him, not even for having sex with him. Like, it was complete crap. But he took it upon himself to go house to house and meet with each of their parents to tell them, I think he called all of them, and then the ones that didn't answer, he went to their houses and told them that he didn't recommend them allow me and their daughters to hang out because I would be a bad influence on them. And everyone's like, oh, well, your church was a bad church. No, that is not what this is. This is all churches. This is an epidemic to all churches. You tell me right now one Christian church that says that premarital sex it has nothing to do with, it's not in the Bible. I've never, ever, ever, ever met a church that could admit the truth. That's sad and judgmental. It was sad, but what was really awesome about it was that it changed my entire life. It made me realize that Christianity was not true or real. And it taught that to all of the parents of these girls, who I don't really think that was necessary, but regardless. Every single one of those girls continued to meet with me on a regular basis. All of the parents basically cussed him out, and we're just like, are you kidding me? Do you see the life that we're living here, and you think Taylor's a bad influence on our daughter because she lives with her fiance, who, by the way, I've been with for 7 years now, happily, faithfully. We never fight. I could easily teach them how to have great relationships. I wasn't going to teach them to go move in with their boyfriends. They were like 12 years old. What the hell? Okay. Do you want to talk about business again? Let's get back to business. Hi, Trix. Oh my God, Dan. I hate you. Red Fox, you're brainwashed, my friend. You believe in loving Jesus. Why? That makes no sense. Jesus is dead. You really think that a human is what? Where do you think he is right now? You really think he's like in your brain listening to your thoughts. That's just you. That's just you talk to yourself. Maybe there is something. Maybe there is some, oh yeah, look, we're dropping frames. God's coming on to us. I mean, not coming on to us, but coming after us. We dropped 213 frames. A personal positive out of a negative, yeah. Yeah, you have no reason to believe... Oh, that's what I was saying. Maybe there's some creator. Maybe we do have some type of connection. Maybe there's even some kind of like it's the amount of coincidences that happen to me in a day freak me out. Okay, there might be something, but I can guarantee you it's not what is written in the Christian Bible, which is not the book that I keep touching. He's in my phone. God. Oh, Jesus. He's like, Jesus is currently hacking me. I wasn't teaching the girls about what's on the front page of Cosmopolitan. No, I was not. They might teach me a thing or two about that. Because, they're 12-year-old girls, and they were like, did you know that loofahs age your skin? I'm like, what? It's the kind of stuff 12-year-old girls are interested in. And I'm like, oh, what? And then I haven't used a loofah ever since. Thanks for sharing this out on Twitter and inviting your followers, Henson. Dan's like, I don't know about God, but I do know that I'm a wizard. What book is this? This is actually not, this is just like a journal that I wrote some notes in, but the book we're talking about is in the title. It's called Traction by Gino Wickman. Get a grip on your business. I would agree with that, Gimme. Potentially. Unless it's just like humans that have figured out how to create Earth, in which case our creators aren't really out of our comprehension. It's just us somewhere else. Some people believe in that, like simulation theory. I find that pretty unlikely, personally. I find that more likely than the Christian God, which has no explanation of what God is, other than a voice in our head, maybe? Maybe Jesus created a company that led to the creation of Google, hence why God is now omnipotent. That's good. That's good. I like that. May the force be with you. And also with you. That's our church. That'll be our church thing. May the force be with you and also with you. Oh my God, that's hilarious. You can't predict the weather. You can kind of predict the weather, actually. Hi, Trevor. For more than 3 or 4 days. Oh, okay. I was going to say, well, you can kind of predict the weather. You use the force when you use the bathroom. Oh, okay. TMI. Let's get back to this. So romantic relationships. So I'm a monogamous person. I've always valued monogamy, and I'm also straight. But even if you're not, even if you're polyamorous, whatever your relationship goals are romantically, I do think that I can help you to clarify and, reach those goals. Hello, Dad with Cats. There are people who practice Jedi as a real religion. Yeah, there's people who speak, what's the language? Someone said the Bible has been translated into this language. You can predict the weather. There's a 50% chance that it will or won't rain tomorrow. Yeah, if you just say there's a 50% chance of everything, you'll never be wrong. It's 50% chance of clouds, 50% chance of sun, 50% chance of rain and snow and sleet and a tornado and a hurricane and tsunami. Okay. Family. So now we're down to family relationships. And I'm actually a pretty big believer in DeFoo. DEFOO. If you want to feel the force, try not eating salad for a week. Ew, Steve. Which means detaching from your family of origin. And that's actually something from Stefan Molyneux, the guy I just talked about. Sex at Dawn by Christopher Ryan. I read that book, Against Monogamy, Using Science, Devil's Advocate. I read that book, JTAG, and I'm 100% monogamous. And I think that book is just a huge stretch. But I think that there's probably some truth to that. That people have a wandering eye. People want experiences, sexual experiences with more than one person, almost universally. However, what seems to be the most successful and functional, most productive relationships in humanity, as far as I can see, are monogamous relationships, because of that aspect of jealousy that comes into play, that possessiveness, that jealousy. If you're really okay with your partner being with other people, great. And if they're okay with you being with other people, great. Open relationships are a thing. Do I know if they've, been very successful? I don't know of many, but I know Jackie of all trades has been with her partner for a long while, and I'm going to be meeting her in Washington, D.C. very soon, so we'll do a broadcast together. Maybe we can talk a little bit about monogamy versus polyamory and what we've learned and how we live our lives. Thanks for inviting your followers and sharing on Twitter, Steve. You like this subject? Yeah, I mean, that's what we talk about. Health goals, wealth goals, relationship goals. And CNN says it's okay to share spouses. Well, whatever you read on the internet is true, so. Klingon, yes, Zen, it's Klingon, that's it. Jediism? Oh my god. You start to question who's straight when Bobs are involved. Thank you for the super heart, Steve. Let's call it, at most, bi-curious. Okay, because I don't do things with girls. I just touch their boobs. It's just a thing, okay? It's just a boob thing. Moving on. Friends. Oh, wait, family. We're still talking about family. Detaching from your family of origin. Only if they don't meet the objectivist ethics that you've set. So if they don't use reason, don't spend a lot of time around them. Don't feel guilted and obligated to stay connected with abusive, unreasonable family members. Simple as that, okay? And I can help, explore specifics if you want to bring anything up. Then we have friends. Friends. That one's pretty easy. That's gonna go pretty much hand in hand with most relationship advice. Communication, the importance of listening, learning what your strengths are so you can find complementary friends, having the 33% rule where you spend 33% of your time with people who are massively more successful than you, 33% of people who are around your same level, and 33% of people who you're teaching and helping to bring up along with you. And then finally, work relationships. So your boss, your subordinates, your colleagues, all that. We can talk about all of the different relationships. Anyone who's having any difficulty, let me know. We can talk about it. A good recommendation for that is this book by Gary Chapman and Paul White called The 5 Languages of Appreciation in the Workplace: Empowering Organizations by Encouraging People. Twitch on TV is so cool. Thanks for putting me on the TV, Zen. I love that. Who do we spend that last 1% with? Our dog? Well, your dog would probably be learning from you. Yeah. Your dog, whoever. Yourself. How's that? And I don't mean 33% of all of your time. I just mean of the 100% of time that you spend with others, you would split it about into thirds. And if you want that extra 1%, I would say spend 34% of your time with people doing way better than you. My shoulder hurts. My arm was hurting me all night. Kept waking me up. So that's the Femme Yoga's Proven Positivity program. Step 1, health, physical, mental. Step 2, wealth, entrepreneurs. Step 3, relationships with self, romance, family, friends, and work. Boom! And that's how you create your process. So figure out what your steps are, what are your bullet points beneath, and you should have anywhere, I think it's 2 to, let's see. We are at, we're at target market. Oh, I didn't talk about the 3 uniques yet. Okay, but proven process. You should have 3 to 7 steps in your process. Am I missing something here? I forget where it says how many bullets to put under. Oh yeah, 2 to 5 bullets. There you go. 2 to 5 bullets. So you're going to have, what did I say, 3 to 7 steps? 3 to 7 steps. And under each step, you're going to have 2 to 5 bullets. Hey, Corey. This is Traction by Gino Wickman. Aw, Siniera, I actually have a 360 camera. That would be really cool in VR. I don't know how to get live on Twitch with 360, though. What was that dark-covered book you shared? The book before last. Title starts with A. Oh, Art of the Argument by Stefan Molyneux. This one? Art of the Argument. I've become much more confident in my arguments since reading that book, in case that's not very apparent when we talk about Christianity. All right. So, Gary, welcome to the room. That's our proven process, and then this is their process from the book to give you an idea of what something else might look like. You're always looking for new reads. Adrenaline, dude, follow my bookshelves. Also, sign up for my book reviews. I'm going to be sending out my next book review in about a week now. So I read a new book every week, and then I put a summary and a review of the whole book in just like a couple paragraphs at most. And I send out a free email 3 times a year. So every 4 months, you'll get at least 16 book reviews and summaries in your email, totally free, and you can sign up for that at the website. I don't email you for anything else. So if you go to femyoga.com, you'll see sign up for FemYoga's book reviews. You sign up there, and then also you can click Goodreads on there, the little G link, and or go to goodreads.com/femyoga, and those are all my bookshelves. So those are all the books I've ever read and all the books that I want to read. Oh yeah. I need more water. I need to hydrate. Are you guys hydrating? You hear my voice? Cheers me. Cheers me. Let's do it. Vegetables, yes. Oh, thank you, Siniera. That's awesome. Yeah, enjoy your vegetable-ridden food. I love it. I want some. Give me some. Okay, back to work. So we talked about the system. Now, I did pass over something that Amanda was asking about earlier, which is what makes you unique. So he actually put this right around... Where did he put it? The niche, the 10-year target, and the ideal client. So the 3 uniques for us are that we have a team of diverse content creators. So me by myself, I already have a huge diversity of content, but now we're adding new faces. In addition to the diversity of content, now we have a diversity of creators as well as a diversity of content. So that's really unique. You're pretty much not going to find that anywhere else. And if you do, you're not going to find anyone else with these other 2 strong uniques. So they're called the 3 uniques. And basically the way it works is it's the 3 things that make your company unique and that make you stand out from the competition. Now, some of your competitors might have 1 or even 2 of these uniques, but no one should have all 3. These are what these 3 things together make your business completely separate from anyone else, and no one else can compete with you because they don't have these 3 unique features and characteristics of the business. So that's our first one here at FemYoga, is diverse content, diverse creators. 2 is that our content is sponsor controlled. So if you support the channel, you get a say in the content. So when you support during, like, say, a yoga broadcast, then I know that you want to see more yoga. Or you can just direct message me and tell me, I really like when you do the whisper reading, or I really like when you read books about business, or I really like when you bring people on the show. Hey, can you bring this person on the show? Or whatever it may be. So if you go over to femyoga.com and click support, you can see what different levels get you what kind of benefits and what kind of control over the content. But everyone gets a say. Even as long as you give $5 or more, I'm going to make sure sure that sometime in the month I'm doing at least one broadcast that is giving you what you, found value in the channel from. And then 3 is that we have a positive, engaged community. So not only, like I talked about, how our creators are really engaged with the comments and the viewers, but also our audience is very engaged. They want us to do well. They're not just, hi, they're really engaged. They know what the goals are. They know what the core values are. They like it. They find value. They support. They're positive. So not only are they engaged, like some other, I'm not going to say, but there's probably some other broadcasters that have engaged communities, but they're not positive communities. They're focused on drama or negativity or neutrality, like hangout scopes. Those aren't really positive. I mean, the person might be happy and maybe they're a positive person, but it's not really like it's focused on positivity. It's not like the content is intended to be positive and add to your life. Positive meaning it's adding. It's something good. Something's, negativity means something's been taken away. It's detracting. We would never want to feel like we weren't giving you way, way, way more than you ever could give to us. That's the goal. So a team of diverse content creators, sponsor-controlled content, positive, engaged community. Those are the 3 things together that make us completely different from any other channel on Periscope, on Twitch, on YouTube, on anywhere. And then we can go back to where we were. Oh, yeah, I think this is... No. So we did the 10-year target, which for me is 30 content creators on my show and $600,000 a year minimum. Then you want to cut that down into a 3-year picture. So there's your 10-year target. Now, what's your 3-year picture? What do you see happening with this business in 3 years from now to make sure that we're on track to that 10-year goal? So I basically just kind of like divided it up. And for me, that would mean having 3 shows per day on the channel that not me. So these are content that isn't Taylor created. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. He said that he tunes in because my scopes are positive. I appreciate that. And if you guys have anything positive you want to share, I'm happy to put it on my website under Success Stories. You can check out other success stories on the website, and then you can direct message me. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. It's Fem Yoga Taylor everywhere. On Twitch, it's just Fem Yoga, same as Periscope. But that's the best way to reach out to me, is somewhere on there. Let me itch my butt real quick. And why was I saying reach out to me? Oh, so I can put your success story on. Yeah, and then and just let me know that that's what you're sending is. This is for the success stories on the website, and I'll get it right in there. And thank you ahead of time. That's a cool non-financial way to support the channel too. If you're not able to support financially for whatever reason, you can subscribe to the other platforms, you can comment, you can share, and you can also provide positive feedback in the form of success stories. Or sign up for that newsletter, or not newsletter, the book reviews. The last place I worked, we called it an email newsletter. We sent it out every month. It was like a totally different thing, and I still to this day call our book reviews the newsletter. I'm like, it's not a newsletter, there's no news. There's no news. Here's the news. Taylor read more books, and here's what they were about. Okay, I'm sweating. My 3-year picture is that I'll have 3 shows a day on the channel outside of what I do, and $150,000 a year plus. That's a minimum, which is $12,500 a month. Right now our goal is $5,000 a month, and we're about $885 short of that for this month. So anything you can do to support the channel really, really helps out a lot. Again, if you click support on the website, you'll see exactly how you can do that, and we'll get to that $5,000 goal. I know we can do it. I just need you guys to get us there. And tell me, if you're like, no, I'm not sending you money because this isn't valuable, what would be valuable? What book have you been wanting to read but you don't feel like reading? You want me to read it and tell you what it's about. What questions do you have about relationships or business or yoga poses that you want to learn? I mean, I'm willing to bring the value. I just have to know what you want. Oh, thanks, Jared. Appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, and then I broke that down to say that $10,000 a month can come from the channel, and then $2,500 a month coming from some other form of income. That's kind of an arbitrary number. I just picked it just to give myself the idea that there's the live channel, but like Jeffrey said, you don't want to have 100% of your income from one source. So $2,500 coming from things like ebook sales, coaching calls, yoga sessions, and whatever else we may add to the business in the future. Periscore, whisper voicemails, voicemail recordings, and more. And then you break that down even further. So we went from our 10-year target to our 3-year picture to our 1-year plan. 1-year plan. Now you're looking at 1 year from now, and all of a sudden 1 year seems like so short. And you're like, okay, I actually have to get a lot of this done if I'm actually going to be where I want to be in 10 years. So this book helped me a lot to get clear about where do I want to be and how do I want to get there and what do the actual numbers break down to be. So in 1 year, I would like to have 30 shows a month on this channel outside of what I do. So if you're new, I do 3 hours of content every single day. So if I'm able to maintain 90 hours of content a month plus having 30 other shows on the channel, that would be possibly 120 hours a month on the channel. Now again, as I'm managing 30 other shows in addition to my own, I may have to cut back on my own content that I'm on here live, but I'm definitely never going to let it dip below 3 hours a day. So there may be a transitionary process over the next few years where most of my time is spent managing the new shows, finding new creators, interviewing them, doing our weekly meetings, figuring out content, so much more that goes into the business behind the scenes, and actually providing content myself. So I'll have to kind of balance that. So we might see a transition there happen over the next few years. It's not going to happen quickly. It's not going to happen this year. So rest assured. But keep your eye out for good content creators that you want to see on the show, because I want to get this show live as much as possible. But it's costly, and we have to make sure that we do it smart so that we don't run the business into the ground trying to grow it. That wouldn't make any sense. And that would be about $115,000 a year. So that would be a doubling of our goal from this year, from $60,000 to pretty much $120,000 next year. Thanks, Ruki. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, it's not gonna be easy, but nothing worth doing is easy, right? Excuse me. So I'm happy to put the work in, and hopefully you guys will find the value. And if not, I'll figure out a better idea, and I'll reach my goals that way. This is just, that's the thing with goals. I'm not stuck with doing this. I'm not like the next 10 years are now written in stone. I can't change my mind. Tomorrow I could decide, you know what? No more live streaming. I promise I won't do that. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, set goals, even though they're probably going to change. 90 days from now, my 1 year goal might be different. Who knows? But that's the next part you do. So we went from the 10-year target to the 3-year picture to the 1 year plan, and then you break that down into 90 days, and he calls that rocks. I'm running an AGM meeting. What's AGM? And he calls it rocks because it's supposed to be like a really solid, really clear picture of exactly what needs to be done, and someone has ownership of each rock. Hey Brian, how's it going? So I actually want to find the rocks chapter because I didn't read a ton about this as I was kind of flying through, but I figured because I'm not super clear on exactly what they are, I'll read it to you. With a clear long-term vision in place, you are ready to establish short-term priorities that contribute to achieving your vision. You'll establish the 3 to 7 most important priorities for the company, the ones that must be done in the next 90 days. Those priorities are called rocks. Okay, so 3 to 7. I didn't really realize that, and I didn't actually do that either, so I should probably write this down. Annual general meeting of the firm. Yes, then! That pretty much is what this is, right? I'm good, Brian. I am very good. Thanks for asking. And I'm going to write down a little assignment to myself because I didn't write. I gave myself one rock, which is to add creators to this show, or add shows to the channel. Even if it means Sonam and Ruby run more shows, that would be fine. It doesn't have to be new creators. Okay. This is actually really good because I have a really long to-do list of things that... So when you run a business, you'll find that there are things that you can do to add to your business that are kind of like experiments that you want to try, but they're not that important. Nobody's going to even know if you do it or not do it, and it gets kind of put aside. So I have a pretty decently long list of things like that, ideas, things I want to implement on the business that just haven't been really prioritized well, and I don't know really what to... I haven't taken the time to take the list and then prioritize it. And that's on the to-do list to do, actually. I haven't done it. So this is going to force me to do that, because now I have to do that to get this part done, where I can prioritize our top 3 to 7 tasks that need to be done in 90 days. Because that's another thing, too. Some things are long-term projects. So what's something we have to do in 90 days? Even if it's part of a long-term project, make it really clear. Like, set the deadline 90 days from now, and say these steps must be accomplished by this person by this day. Okay? These priorities are called rocks. Rather than be overwhelmed by the monumental task of accomplishing your vision, this allows you to break it down into bite-sized chunks called rocks and focus on making it to the stick. Making it to the stick? Your company will have rocks, each member of your leadership team will have rocks, and your employees will also have rocks. The reason to limit rocks to 3 to 7, preferably closer to 3, is that you're going to break the organization of the habit of trying to focus on everything at once. We just read a book on here called Essentialism, which was an awesome, awesome book. Why don't I see it? Oh, is my mom borrowing this book? Who's borrowing this book? Someone's borrowing this from me. I don't know where. I think they still have it, but now I can't remember who it was. Crap. It's such a good book, too. I might have to buy another copy because I don't know where it is now. Yeah, but it's really good. It's all about finding the top most important things, realizing that most things are not essential, almost everything, and only a few things are really essential, and to just stay focused on those essential tasks. It simply can't be done. You can't do everything you want to do. By limiting priorities, you can focus on what's most important. With the increased intensity of focusing on a limited number of rocks, your people will accomplish more. Remember the old saying, when everything's important, nothing is important. You took it when I went to the toilet. Hey, Zen, give it back. I like that book. Hey, Ironic, what do I do? My business is actually this channel, Fem Yoga. You can check out the website if you like. We use positivity and truth every single day to help people reach their health, wealth, and relationship goals. And what was I going to say? I don't know, but we're talking about this book, Traction, and how if you are running your own business, I'm trying to help with what I've done on my business recently, teach you how to do the same. So we're talking about rocks. The way you move the company forward is one 90-day period at a time. Rocks create a short-term focus similar to the point I raised earlier from Al Reese's book, Focus. To the degree that you focus everyone in one direction, you'll gain the power of the laser beam, gaining traction toward your goals. Once your vision is clear, you'll set better rocks. Setting these priorities becomes simple. Once you set the company rocks and then the leadership team's rocks, you then communicate these rocks to the entire organization so they can set theirs. This process creates alignment. Thank you, Raider, for inviting. The exact process for establishing rocks as a team and then rolling out this process organization-wide will be explained in this chapter, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter what you call these priorities. Okay, so rocks, he's saying rocks is like the big important things. Work on the big stuff first. Put the rocks in. Next come the day-to-day responsibilities. Add the gravel. Now dump in the sand, all those interruptions. Finally pour the water in. Everything fits in the glass cylinder perfectly. Everything fits in your day perfectly. The bottom line is that you need to work on the biggest priorities, your rocks first. Everything else will fall into place. So I'm gonna leave it on that because I would much rather you just read this book. It's really short, and the entire book is about that. And I didn't honestly love this book. Like, I pretty much just told you everything useful in the book. I don't really think that you need this one on your shelf. I'm going to keep it on my shelf. Thank you, Miss Ziggy. And thank you for the recommendation, Ed. Hey, Joey. But I think this book is better. So it's called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. "21 Great Ways to Stop Procrastinating and Get More Done in Less Time." No, that wasn't an Eggbot, that was Joey. So that is one of my favorite books ever about procrastinating, prioritizing, and getting things done. That changed my life and the amount of productivity I can do in one day. So eat the frog. What that means is that you eat your biggest frog first, and it's just a term to say, like, if you had your to-do list and eating a frog was on that list, it would probably be the worst thing you had to do that day. That'd be the last thing you'd want to do on that list. And it's the first thing you should do. The last thing you want to do, the hardest thing, the most important thing, that is what you should do. Do it first. Get the most important. You can't do everything every day, but you can do one important thing every single day. And that's what your rocks are. So for me, my rocks right now, my rock is to find more content creators, to add content creators to the channel. Everything else is probably going to be gravel or less. So that's really what I'm focused on right now, and that's what you'll be seeing me doing on the channel. And just let me know if you like it, if you don't, who you like, who you don't, what you like, what you don't, and I'm going to make sure that I'm making my sponsors happy, as always. Remember, we're $885 short of our $5,000 goal, so anything you can do to help support the channel is going to keep content like this going and growing, and that's femyoga.com. Click support, send any amount that you find value in the channel. You can do one time, you can do monthly, or you can contribute something off of our Amazon wish list, or you can go into the shop and buy merchandise, or buy my ebook about how to make money on Periscope, or you can have me record your voicemail for you. I can send you an audio clip of my voice on your voicemail. Hey, look, Eggbot. There's an Eggbot. Zen, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Is that what you were talking about? Hi, Eggy. How are you, little egg? Is he testing on me right now? Should I end this? I was about to end this. Now I'm like, is Joey testing on us? So yeah, this is a 100% viewer-funded channel. Thank you so, so, so much to everyone who makes this show possible. All of our sponsors from the last 30 days. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Rocky, James, Yodel Angels, B-Brax, Tila, Veronique, Melanie, Ed, Dan, Doe, Wayne, Asif, Anthony, Ruby, and so many more. Hey there, Dan. Should I stay live? Do you need me to stay live for this? Are you guys testing Egg Drop right now? I was just about to end, and then I see Joey coming in, and the bot coming in, and you coming in, and I'm like, they're working on something right now. I emailed them about moderation, and they're working on it already. I just emailed them this morning. Woo! Egg Drop. Get Egg Drop. Use promo code FEMYOGA, and you'll get a discount on Egg Drop Premium. Eggdrop.com. EGGDRP.com. At most, it's $10 a month anyway, and you get a discount if you use FEMYOGA, so it's good stuff. If you're a broadcaster. Wasn't Joey, was you. Oh, okay, hi. Is it cool? Is it better for you if I'm live or not live? Relink Twitter again? Okay. Ow. Ow, why is that? I'm gonna go to the chiropractor. Doctor. You want me to do the Twitter thing right now? Re-verified. I can do all that again. I can re-verify and relink again. I just did that like last week or something. I texted him about it when I did it. Let me see when it was. Joey. Yeah, exactly 1 week ago. I relinked and verified, and moderation still wouldn't work. Hey, Gizmos! Oh, my back hurts. Too much sitting. We gotta get outside, do some yoga. I'm hungry, though, so I'll probably eat and then come live with yoga. We'll do day 20 of our yoga challenge, which is Yes, find support for the body from the wall. Learn how the wall helps you in your yoga practice. So that'll be my next broadcast, and that's only going to be on Periscope because I'm going to go outside and do it. Good morning. It is another fine day. Hey, Disarmy? Disarmy? Is that what you mean? Like me in this army? We were just talking about that book Traction by Gino Wickman, which is in the title, and it's called Get a Grip on Your Business. It's the subtitle of the book. I was doing a review and telling you guys what I took away from that into my business. We talked about core values, core focus, 10-year target, 3-year picture, 1-year plan, 90-day rocks. We talked about, we've been live now for, oh my God, almost 3 hours. Crap. Oh my God, I went way too long. And what else did we talk about? We talked about your target clients, your niche, issues, how to handle issues in your business. Oh yeah, it talks more in that book about how to handle issues in your business, which right now I'm not really having any issues with the business, so I really glossed over that big time, just because I didn't need it for my business. So if you want to read the book, I definitely recommend checking it out yourself. And follow me because I will be back. I'm here live every single day, at least 3 hours a day, always on Periscope, often on Twitch, and right now we're disabled from YouTube, but we'll get back on there. We had a little misunderstanding with copyright, and it will be July when we can go live on YouTube again, but we'll be back on there too. My YouTube channel's still up. You can still subscribe and watch all my videos, which helps me out a lot because I'm like not even halfway to monetizing. I need 4,000 hours watched on my YouTube channel, and I'm at like 1,800. So any YouTube videos that you watch of mine really helps me out a lot. It's another way that you can support the channel without spending any money. And that's all linked at femyoga.com. It's youtube.com/c/femyoga. Sound good? Follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, femyogataylor. And let's have fun. Let's go do some yoga outside. I'm going to do that later. And 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when Sonam 108 comes on to do trivia, and she will be live on Twitch as well. So yoga and Twitch, and that's going to be it for today. And that should bring us to 4 hours, at least 4 hours of positive content today. So I love to see the channel growing. Let me know how you're liking it. Let's keep the conversation going over on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, whatever your platform of preference. And thanks for watching. This has been a moment in time with Taylor. See you in a little while after lunch. A crazy amount of stream time. Yeah, this stream alone has been 2 hours and 42 minutes. And then I'll be doing yoga. I really doubt I'm going to keep yoga less than 20 minutes. And then Sonam will be doing her 1 hour. So if you're interested in becoming a content creator on this channel, go to femyoga.com and click job listings. Everything's outlined there, including the pay. Thanks for watching. This has been a moment in time with Taylor. See you next time.